Starters for Chicago, in goal, number 48, Jose Rosales. Defender, number 5, Sergey Wolstein. Defender, number 28, Hernan Garcia. Midfielder, 22, Dario Gamboa. Midfielder, number 8, David Orozco. Forward, number 21, Alejandro Morales. Head coach for Chicago, Armando Gamboa.
I have just like I have the YouTube up so I can see the chat say like, you know, people know how to say these names because I was given no pronunciation. Just feel free to drop it in. I'd rather be corrected than saying
deuce in the head, I'm a psycho. Promise you the bar, just as real as the bite though. Misunderstood, you can call me a typo. I shine hotter than the stars in the night though. Hate the who's
It is so beautiful. Now Suljevic, oh, what a cheeky little touch with the outside of his right foot, waggling from Najjar. He will take the camera. A little celebration for the camera. Keep an eye on Cleveland Crunch socials for that.
Be careful not to get too close, I might just go.
Bozek goes to his right foot with a rip. Oh my word! As he gives the arrow.
Boom, I'm like a bomb in a room. Blow up the spot, everybody gotta move. Life or death, everybody gotta choose. Life or death, not everybody.
Minute to Derazic. Derazic off the deflection. Mikey Derazic steps up in a big moment for his team. Jordan with a net! James Jordan! Captain Crunch has won the game! Oh my goodness!
Built on service, driven by integrity, trusted through compassion. They serve, we honor. They commit, we care. They sacrifice, we heal. At Apex Skin, a veteran-owned practice, we proudly give back to those that gave so much by offering free scar revisions through our Purple Heart Project. Trusted care for every journey. Visit apexskin.com/care to schedule your appointment today.
Real ingredients, real tradition. Crazy corn, full flavor, every bite. Trust me, you want this.
At Cardinal Credit Union, we're more than just a place to bank. We're on your team. We're local and proud to put Cleveland families first. And now, anyone can join. Cardinals for Cleveland and for parents. With their first debit card, kids learn smart money habits and parents stay in control with real-time supervision. Chores like walking the dog turn into real rewards. Parents lead, kids earn, and everyone scores. Join online or visit our branches and discover the Cardinal difference. Cardinal Credit Union. People helping people.
At Apex Skin, we drive every patient experience in commitment, collaborate with purpose, and deliver excellence, providing care that's compassionate, connected, and centered around you. Trusted care every step of the way.
Freshly chopped, perfectly topped. Fresh chips, creamy queso. Feeling thirsty? Try one of our signature drinks. Mexican classics? Always.
At Apex Skin, we drive every patient experience in commitment, collaborate with purpose, and deliver excellence, providing care that's compassionate, connected, and centered around you. Trusted care every step of the way.
Craving burritos, tacos, or quesadillas? We've got you covered. Made to order. Every single time.
At Cardinal Credit Union, we're more than just a place to bank. We're on your team. We're local and proud to put Cleveland families first. And now, anyone can join. Cardinals for Cleveland and for parents. With their first debit card, kids learn smart money habits and parents stay in control with real-time supervision. Chores like walking the dog turn into real rewards. Parents lead, kids earn, and everyone scores. Join
built on service.
And with that, good evening and welcome to Cleveland Crunch Soccer, back where it belongs, downtown Cleveland at the Wolstein Center, as the lower bowl continues to fill up, as this is the home opener. The Crunch already playing 2 games on the year, and their opponents, the Chicago Mustangs, playing 4. We'll kind of go through why all of that happens. Try to give you, if you're new to the sport of soccer, we are going to go through all of that tonight. I am your play-by-play man, the voice of the Crunch, Kevin Arnold. I am joined by the original, the OG voice of the Crunch, Mark Munch Bishop, and down on the sideline we have Gianluca Di Giacomo as well. We'll be hearing from him throughout the match. But Munch, it is back to Crunch Soccer yet again.
When indeed I saw Dancing Dan Cullen, a fixture behind the one net on the east end of the arena. When I saw him walk in today, I knew we were back home. It just seems like yesterday we were calling a championship game against the Amarillo Bombers. Unfortunately, well, fortunately for them, they're a very good team and some good people. The trophy went back to Texas, but the Crunch back home where it belongs. Championships were the forte here when they played at the building, and so great to be back. You know, watching the guys warm up, they were loose, but they were breaking a sweat. This was not going through motions, okay? Doing some simple calisthenics like I might do in the morning. They were sweating away. They're ready to play, and they're ready to entertain this great hometown crowd.
So live inside the Wolstein Center, we welcome all those tuned in, whether you're Crunch fans, Mustangs fans, soccer fans, on the MLIS Pro TV YouTube channel. Of course, we welcome Rock Entertainment Sports Network this year, if you are watching there or on the WKYC Plus app, or listening to the audio on WOBL Radio. That's right, WOBL Radio, Lorain County Country is back with us, 107.7 FM, 1320 AM, worldwide at WOBLradio.com. They will bring you all of the home games, the radio version of it. So if you're watching on the screen and you're wondering why it sounds like a radio call, well, that's why we got a radio crew that is listening to us as well, and we got to take care of everybody. And the audio is brought to you by, on WOBL, the great people at Great Lakes Honda West in Elyria. So just about ready to get set. Let's get you the starting lineups for both squads here tonight, as both teams bring out their starters. For the visiting Chicago Mustangs, they come in at 2-2, and last year coming off a 4-8 season, a season that they are trying to turn things around this year. In goal to be Jose Resendez. Number 5 on defense, Sergei Wozniak. Also on defense, Hernan Garcia. In the midfield, you have Gabriel Jurado and Dario Gamboa. And up top, it is Alejandro Morales. He will be up top. It is a 2-2-1. When we do that, when we get the formation for soccer, it goes defense, midfield to forward, front, back to front. And so on the other side, it's the same formation, a 2-2-1 for the Crunch. Mario Musa in net. Bobby Chanchar, Dave Jordan, your captain, both of them on defense. Aiden Bozak and Edner Suljevic, who's coming off back-to-back MVP awards and off to a great start, already with 10 goals and 7 assists on the season. And that dynamic duo, this generation's dynamic duo, Mikey Derizic up top. And we are just about ready, waiting for the goalkeepers to give the signal that they are ready to the officials. And just about underway. The Crunch will be in their new red uniforms with Cardinal Credit Union. Along the front, it is red uniforms, white striping down the side, white lettering, white numbers, and letters on the back. Red shorts, white striping, white socks. As we are underway, and Mikey Derizic will get things started at midfield. He goes down to the turf. But we play on as we are just underway. 14:40 left in the first quarter. No score here for the home opener for the Crunch.
Mikey just tested the turf, the softness of us as he went out with a little show. The Crunch on the attack.
Crunch going right to left. Cross your radio dial. Jordan off the wall. Suljevic was in front, but it tips off the front of his foot and goes wide. But the Crunch right there with the high press, and they're back with it. Derizic with a left-footed shot just goes wide by Resendez.
Admir isn't going to miss too many of those, man. That was basically a center. Had the goalie lead into his right and just couldn't put it past it. He had a lot of goal open net to his left.
Quickly off the bench, Ryan Minnick, Omar Najjar, Chris Vecco, a full line change. as some of the newcomers are out as well. Landon Kuhn, who scored 2 in his debut season last time out for the Crunch.
How cool is that to get a brace in your first game and then say, hey, I'm here.
Foul on the far side, 4 boards for the Crunch. So it'll be a restart tucked up against that Great Lakes Honda West sign that we talked about as they sponsor us on WOBL.
Interesting. Early on, they're going to pop you, but they're going to help you get back up, too. And that's what Chicago just did.
Minnick into the block, and here comes Chicago. Out with it. They come back, and then Tomasz Nagy gets back in defense and making things difficult. There's Kuhn trying to clear. Chicago still on it. At the top of the box, shot goes wide and comes the other way.
You know, interesting, Nagy showing those young legs for a rookie to catch up with that breakaway.
Jorge Ochoa on for the Mustangs now. Jacob Roberto and Brendan Swan, quick substitutions from head coach Antonio Manfoot and the Crunch to start. Sammy Mutemwa also out there on the pitch, one of the originals with this squad. Here comes Chicago. They have a 2-on-2. Making the run, it's Alex Villan, but not able to find him was Christopher Garcia. Mutemwa will send it deep into his own zone.
Great defense from behind, poke the ball away, waiting right there for the Crunch to come right back on the attack.
Outlet to Gabriel Piwu, who is in, as well as Rafael Davalos. He'll send it back to Mutemwa, back to midfield to that Crunch symbol to Brendan Swan. He sends it to Gabriel Piwu, and that one will be cleared, and a 3-line rule will be called. If you're new to the game, especially here in the indoor, you see the midfield stripe, but also those 2 yellow lines, one on each half of the field. If a ball clears through the air with no one touching it before it touches the ground, over the 3 lines, it is a free kick opportunity, and always dangerous. Admir Suljevic over top of this, right on that red spot in the middle of that yellow line off to our left.
And who's on his left? Mikey Darasic.
Suljevic goes to Jordan with a left-footed shot. What a save by Resendez. Still on it. Bobby Chanchar, left-footed shot, not there. Bozak, that one gets tipped away. Good defense, good recovery by the Mustangs as Bozak was going for the far post.
And Resendez, 2 brilliant saves early on. We're not even 3 minutes into the game. Resendez earned his keep early to his left and to his right. That shows me he can cover the ground between those posts.
So, corner kick now. Suljevic, Minnick, slots it home! What an assist! And Johnny on the spot, Ryan Minnick, flying Ryan, gets the scoring open, 12-12 to go in the first quarter. It is 1-0, give Minnick his first goal on the 2026 campaign.
Boy, he wasn't going to let that one falter. Put it right past the goal cleaver, and we have our first goal of the season at home.
And if you're watching on the MLIS Pro TV YouTube channel, Rock Sports Entertainment, of course, as well as on WKYC Plus. If you saw the replay there, just good movement, good recognition from Minnick, found the open spot and was able to put it past Resendez. There was nothing he could do as he was rotating side to side in his goal. So 12 minutes left here, first quarter. Crunch score early like they always want to do.
Minnick can score with either peg, but I'll tell you what, his left is a strike, no doubt. We saw it there.
Now here come the Mustangs. Najjar defending along the near boards. Pushes that one out, trying to find Piwu. And it looks like Christopher Garcia will just let it run back to Resendez at midfield. And they will go back and cycle it around as Resendez looks for a runner. He will try to find the far deep corner. And that one went out of play, touched just above the boards. Free kick to the Crunch.
Like early and often, both teams, Chicago's trying to get breakaway. There's no doubt. They're trying to get a fast break goal. Crunch catching up with them nicely.
Landon Kuhn, the rookie. Back there on defense with Chris Svecko. Errant pass to Musa. Musa good with his feet. Turns on the wall, finds Piwu. Good sliding tackle. Jacob Roberto will try to win it. And it'll go out of play, and Roberto is down in pain. 11:08, the clock will stop as he took the brunt of that 50-50 opportunity in the air.
You know, interesting, Musa that time schooled Jorge Ochoa, just to show you for a netminder, the foot skills that he has, unbelievable, amazing.
11:08, first quarter. About to get restarted. Jacob Roberto, good news. He runs off on his own power. Crunch up 1-0 on the Chicago Mustangs. Crunch come in at 2-0. Mustangs have played 4 games. They are 2-2, all based on travel and all of that, as the league has expanded again this year, and that is what you love to see. We'll go through some of those teams as the broadcast goes along.
North of the border this year, too, my friend, in a big way.
Dave Jordan defending at midfield. He will back off. Mutemwa will take over as they defend against Alejandro Morales. Now back to Resendez. Morales here along the near boards, near midfield on his own half against Mutemwa. And that one goes again out of play. It'll be a restart for Brendan Swan and the Crunch.
The Crunch faithful down low, they know this game well. One of the fans jumped up immediately and pointed to the ref. Crunch ball.
Mikey Derzic back on the field along with Admir Suljevic. Dave Jordan, Brendan Swan, Sammy Mutemwa with Mario Musa out there for the Crunch. Suljevic will find Derzic. Good first touch. Try to turn along the walls. Off the wall. Nobody home. Mutemwa was making the run, but better defense there from the Mustangs.
Mikey centered the ball beautifully. Just couldn't get to it that time.
Suljevic goes down, and it will be a foul as some of the fans got a blue card magnet scheduled today.
They're waving them in the air.
They're waving them already in the air. They're going to be definitely trying to help out the officials tonight. It is also retro night in the home opener as we honor the history, the great history of this organization. Suljevic to Jordan is there for Swan. Swan gets a left-footed kick off the wall, squirts out across the yellow line. Far wall to Suljevic, 1-2 with Derzic. Now Bozak is in. He has Jordan if he wants. Middle of the pitch.
Crunch needs to spread it out a little bit. 2 Mustangs are on the ball every time a Crunch player tries to do something with it. Very, very impressive defense.
Jordan, cross pass to Swan. Over with his right. Find Jordan with that left-footed shot just wide off the woodwork.
Fireworks early here. That was a cracker.
9:32, quick moving first quarter. 1-0. The Crunch lead in their home opener. Musa, the goalkeeper. Go towards midfield to Derzic. He will quickly sub out. Ryan Minnick will come in. Here comes Bozak on the run. Has a step on his defender.
Beautiful pass from Bobby to get it down to Bozak, too.
Alex Fillon is defending. Now Minnick with a turn with the right foot, looking for his second. Good save by Resendez. Punches it away off the wall. And Bobby Chanchar can't get it. Deflects out of play. Crunch ball.
What did Minnick show you there? Left foot, right foot, it doesn't matter. He can put the ball and tickle some twine no matter where he tees it up.
Omar Najjar to Minnick. Backfield pass to Najjar off the wall. Is trying to find Kuhn. Kuhn with a rip. And just off the right mid of Resendez. And it falls right to him to collect. Crunch are peppering the Mustangs net early in this one. 8:40 still left in the first quarter. Not even halfway through it. 1-0. Crunch looking for more. Good shot there off the foot of Morales.
Boy, Wiersniak played some great defense down at the other end to deny the Crunch because they teed off again point blank on the goalkeeper.
Kuhn goes one-on-one with Gabriel Uno.
Bro, is it just me? Kuhn is just a rookie. Looks savvy out there. Looks like he belongs.
Yeah, the Crunch always know how to find that rookie talent to keep that roster fresh, but also been around for 6 seasons now. Both of these teams actually the only ones that have played against each other all 6 seasons. They started in MASL 2 and now in the newly formed over the last couple years MLIS, and it is a growing league as we said earlier.
And you talk about consistency, 25 Crunch players come back this year. You don't see that in this league.
Davalos gets called off by Musa. With some pressure, he gets it up to Jacob Roberto. Up the wall to Piwu. Roberto there to collect the loose change, and he'll reset back to Sveko.
Brilliant play by Roberto to keep the ball in the Crunch possession.
Good switch to the field. Far side. Mutemwa loses possession. but just gets enough defensively, and that's what you're going to see from the Crunch team is even if you lose it, you better get that ball right back. If you just lag behind and try to stay up there on offense, you are going to come off that pitch very quickly. And now another foul for the Chicago Mustangs. And one of the rules here in MLIS, Munch, when a team does tally 6 fouls in a quarter, it kind of becomes like a bonus where you get 1 penalty kick, that old school run-up penalty kick, and then it resets back to 0 until you get to that next 6 foul.
And unfortunately, we saw that last year in the championship game against Amarillo, and they took advantage of it.
Suljevic with a curler, goes down to Resendez. Piwu there 2 times, and denied at the doorstep. Here come the Mustangs on the run with Stefan Zlenovic.
Resendez has been brilliant so far between the posts for Chicago. In the net, I should say.
Looks like someone had to change a jersey. I don't have a number 8 on my roster. I'm not sure if you do.
I do not, my friend.
That you got. But you see the Mustangs are in kind of like that dark bluish uniform all the way through with like that lighter blue shade with the lettering and the numbers. All of them have Mustangs written above their number on their back of their jerseys except for number 8. So I think it was a change of jersey. Probably, and teams always bring the extra equipment if needed. So here come the Mustangs. Shot, Musa there, calm, cool, and collected. Brings that in, and he'll reset out to Swan as they play a 1-2 game with a little bit of pressure.
You know, I always used to joke, truly number 8 is a player to be named later.
6:05 now. First quarter, still 1-0. Crunch with the advantage. In terms of shots on goal, just not much to show for it just yet. Derzic with a left-footed shot. Resendez just gets a mitt to it. They are putting Resendez to work early. Mikey goes down, holding his ankle, quickly back in to the play as the Mustangs try to counterattack. Good step over, and that'll be called a foul as they look for a blue card. No card shown yet in this match, but Gabriel Uno goes down. Good, smart foul by Tomasz Nagy, one of the newcomers.
Uno has a big, long stride. You saw him starting to take off. They held him up on that in a big, big way.
So here come the Mustangs. Off to our right. Nagy again gets called for the foul. A little late on that one. He doesn't like the call, but definitely late as Andy Tobar goes down to the turf. Ryan Minnick saying we need that same call on our half.
Doing it with decorum, nothing to get the officials ticked off at you.
Yeah, there's only one person that wears that captain's armband, but a lot of these officials know some of those OGs on this team, like
there's
Ryan
respect.
Minnick. And there's respect when they are having those conversations.
Look at Resendez. He's pulling an auto off the former Crunch keeper as he comes up and tees off.
Resendez tees off, that's for sure, from the yellow line. Now he is quickly in retreat as the Mustangs early, 5:09 left here in the first quarter, using Resendez as that extra field player, venturing far up the pitch. And that's something we saw in the playoffs last year, that the Crunch did a good job defending, but at times gave them some issues.
You know what? There's no doubt Chicago studied tape of that, but it shows you, too, the Chicago...
What save by Musa as that one came in
brilliant
from deep from the Mustangs.
Yeah, Chicago knows it needed to get the ball into the back of the net at any means possible.
So Brendan Swan, Cruncher caught in rotation. Dave Jordan, Sammy Mutemwa are in. Loss of possession at midfield and right back to Mutemwa. Davalos to Piwu, all alone up top. And he turn and find someone. No one is there except for Jordan, who comes late. Tips off his foot, Mutemwa keeps. Step over twice, left-footed shot wide. Piwu is there on the rebound. Goes off the wall, goes down. I think the official playing advantage there with Mutemwa closer to the goal. Now the hill battle up against the boards against Sergei Wozniak.
Do you see Jordan, though? He was hawking the up man, not letting them get any position whatsoever. Good job. That's why he's captain. That's why he may be the premier defender in this league.
And this first quarter just continues to fly by. 3:49 left of the 15 original minutes. Crunch still with the 1-0 lead. They scored 17 in their first game, 18 in their second. right now being held at bay as the Mustangs bring everybody back to defend. Bozak goes down at the yellow line, and it will be another free kick opportunity. Some of these, the Crunch are going to have to capitalize on to really start to stretch that lead and get more control of it.
Hayden took a nice peg that time to his leg. He's going to be black and blue, but hey, I'll take Edmure on the ball any day of the week. And Mikey to his left once again.
So Suljevic will be over the ball. His favored right foot. He'll see two guys in the Mustangs wall. Looks for options. Jordan with a shot. Didn't get all of it. Svecko's there. Bozak back to Svecko. Outside of the right foot. Into the bottom corner. The Crunch double their lead. 2-0, 3:27 to go in the opening quarter.
That's what you call ball movement. Score at 3:27. And indeed, friend, we have another Crunch goal. Here we get a look at it if you are watching the game on the MLIS network or on YouTube or Rock Entertainment.
As Jordan put that shot in, didn't have everything, but Bozak, Johnny on the spot along with Svecko. And that's all you need to do. Put the ball on frame and good things happen. That's what all my coaches used to tell me, and that's what I did and told my players as a coach, as we actually do have the Wycliffe Soccer Club here tonight, which I was a part of for many, many years.
And just brilliant for Suljevic on that ball. It doesn't get much better than that.
So Bozak to Svecko, 2-0, 3:27 to go here in quarter number one, the Crunch home opener, and the crowd is absolutely electric already. If you have not gotten in on Crunch action, there is plenty of seats that are going to be available throughout the season. Make sure you get here, theclevelandcrunch.com. Tickets going through Ticketmaster, and of course, one of the great sponsors of the Crunch this year, AmeriCab, the Cleveland Crunch. They are proud to partner with them, Cleveland's premier cab company. They're the official transportation provider of the Cleveland Crunch. Whether you're heading to the game or just need a ride across town, AmeriCab is here for you. Call 216-881-1111 to book your ride now.
Such a special building, of course, the Crunch home for many years, for over a decade, championships galore, and you know they like to hang another banner in this building when the season is done. One thing we're noticing, the Crunch are not shy. They're not getting one shot, they're getting 2, 3, 4, and sooner or later, even a great keeper like Resendez, he can only go one direction at a time, and the Crunch are making sure not only is he guessing, but to keep him off balance.
As we get restarted, we go down to the third member of our team, Gianluca Di Giacomo. Just quickly, Gianluca, this is a fast-moving first quarter. What are you seeing down there on pitch side? Looks like we might be having some technical difficulties there with Gianluca's mic, but we will definitely get him, and he has eyes and ears all down there along the boards, and that is something you're going to get mainly with us here with the Cleveland Crunch as they lead 2-0, 3:27 to go, first quarter over the Chicago Mustangs. Myself, Kevin Arnold, Mark Munchbishop on the call tonight. Gianluca Di Giacomo, as we said, down there along the boards, and video and all of that provided by the official media partner of the Crunch, that is LPV Productions. Going out to the MLIS Pro TV YouTube channel, Rock Entertainment Sports Network, and of course WKYC Plus and audio on WOBO Radio in Lorain County.
Resendez coming up on the attack again. Chicago knows that they need to get a ball in the back of the net in a big, big way.
Left-footed shot. Mustangs still on it, deep in Crunch territory. This one will come all the way back to Resendez, who is over midfield. Kuhn defending, far side. As we still await player to be named later, just like in Major League Baseball trades, number 8 out there, not listed in the initial roster that we got. Like we said, we understand changes to jerseys, all of that need to happen even right before kickoff.
Mario with a great move. He had a man sneaking behind him to the back post. He smothered that ball and it slithered through the crease.
2:14 now on the first quarter clock. Still 2-0 Crunch as they get a little high press. Swan tries to find Mutemwa. Errant pass. Mutemwa, great recovery defending to get that one away from Christopher Garcia. Now Mutemwa, can he finish it off on the other end? Just over the crossbar. hits off that little sliver of glass up above the net. Mutemwa with a great run, great defense, and great recovery coming down the other way.
Legendary Crunch fan Dancing Dan Cullen was right behind her. He stood up to start doing his moves, baby, whenever there is a goal.
So here comes Chicago. They will hold play up. 1:34 ticking first quarter clock. Ball will go far side for the Mustangs as they were in a substitution rotation. Wozniak now on the ball, down right below us. He will find Resendez, who's venturing as far out as he possibly can here already in the first quarter. Mustangs know they've lost to the Crunch 10 of 11 meetings. They want to get another one. It doesn't ever feel like that much. These teams have feels competitive throughout, and one, mostly the Crunch, pull away late in that match.
They have played every season two of the original MISL teams, like you said, other leagues at the time. But the bottom line is they're always very, very competitive, and they always will push the ball in a big, big way. They'll do anything they can to try to find the back of the net. They're +2 on the season, but just to give you the idea. In goals, what are the Crunch? +27. That is unbelievable.
38 seconds now. Alejandro Morales over to his goalkeeper, Jose Resendez. He hears it from the crowd every single time he touches the ball. This crowd is smart. They remember these guys, some of the originals with the Mustangs that have played against the Crunch in all those matchups. Clock stops, 26.1, 2-0 Cleveland on top of Chicago. Resendez ventures far up the field. That one goes wide. Musa saw it all the way. Now Swan with a chip down, goes off the ball. Minnick's first there, and he'll finish! Brendan Swan to Ryan Minnick deep, and Minnick puts his second one home. Resendez gets caught. 3-0, 11.6 left in the first.
Minnick snuck behind him, tallies the third with 11.6 seconds left. That is so important to score with that little time on the clock. And the bottom line is the Crunch get another goal.
We knew the soccer sportsplex was loud, but I got goosebumps with that noise back here at the Wolstein Center, where indoor soccer belongs. Here in downtown Cleveland.
Amen.
Restart. Clock will tick under 5 seconds now. Musa will just send it deep down the field. That one headed out of play, and we have hit the end of the first quarter. The Crunch were on the attack the entire time. They defended just enough. We'll wait to see if there is any time added when the ball went out of play. As the officials are having a conversation with both teams, it looks like we will.
Mikey Terzic shaking his head saying, no, look it, we got 000 up there, my friend.
Yep, so we will go to a quick timeout right here on the Cleveland Crunch soccer broadcast on the MLIS Pro TV, Rock Entertainment Sports Network, WKYC Plus, and streaming audio on WOBL Radio.
At Cardinal Credit Union, we're more than just a place to bank. We're on your team. We're local and proud to put Cleveland families first. And now, anyone can join. Cardinals for Cleveland and for parents. With their first debit card, kids learn smart money habits and parents stay in control with real-time supervision. Chores like walking the dog turn into real rewards. Parents lead, kids earn, and everyone scores. Join online or visit our branches and discover the Cardinal difference. Cardinal Credit Union. People helping people.
At Apex Skin, we drive every patient experience and commitment, collaborate with purpose, and deliver excellence, providing care that's compassionate, connected, and centered around you. Trusted care every step of the way.
As we are back here inside the Wolstein Center in downtown Cleveland, as you see if you are watching on the MLIS Pro TV YouTube channel, Rock Entertainment Sports Network, or WKYC Plus, you see the goal there. The great recognition with Jose Resendez venturing out of net by Brendan Swan to just chip that one forward, put it right in front of the goal. It kissed off the glass, and Ryan Minnick was there to score his first 2 goals of the year coming in that first quarter as the Crunch lead 3-0 going to the second quarter. Myself, Kevin Arnold, Mark Munch-Bishop, Gianluca Di Giacomo. Gianluca, do we have you down by the boards for your thoughts there after that first quarter?
Let me try this again. Can you hear me this time, fellas?
I think we are still working on getting Gianluca together there.
I've got to ask you this. Because of that last goal, and we know for a fact that Resendez has been venturing far into the offensive end of the pitch, is he going to stay back in his box of work? Right now, Chicago, the Crunch can score in a flurry. They can put 2-3 goals on the board here in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the second period of play. Will Resendez stay closer to his goal? That's something we have to watch, tell you about.
And the Crunch want to thank Metro Health Sports Medicine, providing expert care for athletes of all levels, ages 7 and up. As the exclusive medical provider of the Cleveland Crunch, we deliver world-class treatment for everything from ankle and knee injuries to shoulder and spine conditions. With immediate access to medical, surgical, and rehabilitation specialists, their team has the experience to keep you moving. Visit metrohealth.org/sportsmedicine or call 216-95-SPORT to learn more. Metro Health Sports Medicine, the Crunch's trusted team, and yours too. Just about ready to start second quarter action. 3-0 Crunch. Like I said, myself, I am Kevin Earl, along with the original voice of the Crunch, Mark Munch Bishop. We're working on getting Gianluca Di Giacomo going as well with our LPV Productions crew right here in the Wolstein Center, where soccer belongs in Cleveland, Ohio. As the Mustangs get things underway, both teams will switch sides. The Mustangs going right to left. Crunch, of course, going left to right. Mario Moose is still in net. The starters are back out there for the Crunch, except for Aiden Bozak. He leaves way for Landon Kuhn, the rookie, to get this start in the second quarter.
You see Sulovic playing defense down in that corner. He did not give any ground. Oh,
what
my.
a save!
Oh, Super
what
Mario.
Defense! Mario Musa getting down to the turf. Bobby Chanchar in there as well, as the Mustangs were right on the doorstep, and they get denied. Stefan Zelenovic, he's there again, and the Mustangs score! They got Musa out of net, and they worked the ball around off the boards, and that is Dario Gamboa with his 4th on the season. The Mustangs cut that lead in half, or excuse me, they cut it down to 2. 3-1, 14-13 in the second quarter. Mustangs doing what they talked about there in that quarter break there, Munch. You gotta get opportunities in front. We said it for the Crunch, just the same for the Mustangs. Put it in front of net, good things happen.
What did you say? Anytime you have a shot, don't pull it back, take it. And that's exactly what happened on there. It was a big-time flurry. Good ball movement, too, by Chicago to get that ball to the back of the net.
So now the Crunch, giving up that first goal, they lead 3-1. Mutemwa slides that along the board, was looking for Tomasz Nagy. Again, one of the newcomers. Welcome everyone, whether you tuned in on the video or the audio, of course. I want to mention WOBL Radio 107.7 FM, 1320 AM, all the great people over there at WOBL Radio, Lorain County Country, bringing great high school sports as well. And that is all brought to you by the great people at Great Lakes Honda West in Elyria.
Fillion and Ochoa pressuring that ball big time when Musa got to it. Chicago wants to turn over, and they want to get another goal quickly here, 13:25 and a half.
Wozniak's screaming for that ball. They want to play as quick as possible, as you're just kind of talking about. Jose Resendez, the goalkeeper, right now staying in his own half after getting beat there at the end of the first. Piwu on defense. He goes down. Just incidental contact on the far side with Garcia Christopher. Garcias, there are a few Garcias on the team. So Chris getting good defense there. He'll send it near side to Resendez.
Being very patient, Chicago.
Now Bozak.
Great steal.
Did not hear the whistle. They call a handball on Bozak. Thought I heard a whistle, but all the fans, there's fans here that got whistles. They got all the noisemakers. They got their own blue cards today. They got their old gear on. They got the new gear on. That's how loud it is in this place, and there's still room for plenty more. Bozak from Piwu. Can he get a touch by Resendez? He does, but not enough. Too hard off the ball and off the wall, that is, for Bozak. It allows the Mustangs to come and try to build another attack.
Piwu thought he could get a toe tap around that, but pulled away immediately when Resendez went to pick the ball up, as he should.
So Resendez now with it, near side. Allowed freedom to go wherever he wants. Antonio Manfoot, the head coach of the Crunch, looking at the officials for some reason. Not liking some of the contact there. contact along the boards, especially as they get in front of the team benches on the far side across from us. Roberto sends that out of play, and now a free kick along the boards for the Mustangs.
Brendan Swan played phenomenal defense that time. Just his Chicago player trying to do double moves on him. Nah, he couldn't shake him.
3-1 crunch in their home opener at the Wolstein Center. 11:52 left here in the first half. Turn, off the wall, shot coming in. That was Zelenovic. Now Piwu goes down. I don't hear a whistle there. Even amongst the crowd, Piwu allowed to play on. We saw that kind of earlier in the Cavs game as well, as the Cleveland Cavaliers got the Cleveland sports scene started on fire with the 146-134 win.
Was that an all-star game? No defense?
No comment.
That was my God. They won the game.
They won
and
the
they
game.
put the ball. And Jared Allen was a monster. Why he was a fall guy earlier in the year, I have no idea.
Swan letting the ball just roll to Musa. Original point was those officials kind of allowed play to go on certain times. Other times when they should have, they stopped play. So it's kind of helter-skelter, but it's the same for both teams.
I can tell you some Swan and the Chicago Mustang he was guarding. They were going at it. Oh, my gosh. I thought it was a street fight in Slavic Village for a second.
Deresic off the wall after a couple step overs, far corner. Deresic comes back to the ball, loses it. Jordan is there, tries to put a left-footed shot, and that goes way out of play into the stands as the fan there will send it back in. No, you don't get to keep the souvenir.
He's enjoying. Is this mine?
I know. Hey, you got to at least ask, right?
Right.
You got to ask. Well, 10:44 now, first quarter, still 3-1. The Mustangs with the only goal so far in the second quarter.
And that came quickly at 14-13 by Dario Gamboa.
So Gamboa now with 4 goals on the season. Resendez up to midfield. Bobby Chanchar on defense. Andy Tobar going against Chanchar and Jordan. Not a fight you want to pick 1-on-2 with those 2 defenders standing in your way.
They are rocks at Gibraltar for this Cleveland Crunch team, especially the captain, Dave Jordan. It's just a treat seeing him out there on the field.
Crunch 3, Mustangs 1. As we play here, we go under 10 minutes to go in half number 1. And a foul will come in on Tobar. That will go on the captain, Dave Jordan, wearing that bright neon green captain armband tonight
You
for
can't
the
miss
Crunch,
him.
as always.
You can't miss him, my friend. Chicago trying to sneak somebody to the back post, trying to get him behind Mario Musa.
Christopher Garcia will be over this restart. He'll take a shot. That deflects off the back of Deresic. The wall does its job just long enough. It'll be another one. Looks like they will give this to the Crunch. That one deflected off a Mustangs player as well. Bozak quickly on the field. He's got 2-on-1. Coming from behind on the Mustangs. Bozak turns. Got it on his right foot. Deresic. And Deresic not able to get that touch. Was looking for Bozak to make a quicker decision.
Oh, great job of defense that time, too, by Chris Svecko, getting it back to Mario. And the Crunch will come right back on the attack.
Jordan joined by Svecko on defense. Suljevic, the reigning MVP, 2-time MVP of the league. He's in there. Bozak, as well as Ryan Minnick, who has 2 of the 3 goals the Crunch have put on the board so far. Clock stops 9:19 in the second. 3-1 Cleveland over Chicago.
And Minnick's first 2 goals of the season here in the home opener.
So Suljevic, Bozak, talking about this one. Suljevic will take a rip. Resendez, good read. Did not even let that hit the wall. Kind of pinned it up against the boards. Saw exactly what Suljevic was trying to do. Those are 2 guys that know each other very well. So Resendez now. He'll find Garcia. Chris will send it across. Resendez gets it back on his foot. Looking for runners. He'll send it deep. Najar, one of the bright young spots just a couple seasons ago. Now a wily little veteran Omar Najjar for this Crunch team, that Crunch defense, as they continue to build each new generation of this reiteration of the Crunch organization.
How much fun is it watching these youngsters grow? Whether it's Bozak, Najjar, Piwu, these guys have just really become all-star stellar players.
Morales giving chase, with Swan now on it. He has that assist to Minnick. Piwu off the wall, just enough off the mitt of Resendez, or Landon Kuhn was going to get his third of the season in his rookie year.
And Resendez knew that he had to get at least a couple fingers on it. That's exactly what he did.
8:12 to go. Mustangs collect the loose change. And they'll reset. Crunch defense, they get back all 5 behind the ball. Stefan Zelenovic hand it off. The Mustangs will play in their own end. Najjar gets the read, gets there just in time.
Did you see the
to
shot?
get that deflection?
He flew across the field to get to that ball.
As you would say, came out of nowhere if you were watching on the
Whoa.
screen. He came from basically the other half. A header, and it'll be an own goal for the Mustangs.
We will take that. 7:36. What can you say? If it finds the back of the net, no matter who puts it in, it counts. 4-1 Crunch.
Piwu was the closest to it, but that came off the head of a Mustangs defender. He was trying to just put it up in the air, allow his defense to get back, give him some help, but he hit it just at the right angle. Basically, that's an upper 90 goal right there for the Mustangs' own goal, and the Crunch now go up 4-1 halfway through the second quarter. 7:36 left to go. Gianluca Di Giacomo, he has now ventured to the other side of the pitch along where the benches are. Gianluca, what are your thoughts on this one? 4-1 Crunch so far.
Third time's the charm, fellas. Can you hear me? Awesome. Honestly, I think it's a good mix of what we've seen, familiar with the Crunch and things that are unfamiliar with the Crunch, Kevin. Now, first of all, the unfamiliarity, how big this field is. You've clearly seen it's a little bit of a tactical adjustment on their part. It slowed the game down a little bit, but with a 4-1 deficit, they're clearly improving on it. What's familiar, of course, as you guys probably touched up on, the Mustangs. We played them 11 times. They're the one team that have stayed consistent on our schedule. We played them 11 times across the last 6 years. So I think today is a good status quo on, the standard of how well we're playing and how we can move and improve forward. But from what I'm seeing, I love kind of the homey, intimate experience that you got at Sportsplex, but man, this is a whole nother level of excitement in the Wolstein Center. So far so good. We'll see what these last 8 minutes got.
Thank you very much, Gianluca Di Giacomo along the boards, and we'll get that volume even higher up there as he is on the far side of the field. But great analysis there as he is right there in the mix with the teams as they will come out. It'll be a restart right at midfield coming off that own goal. 7:36 left in the first half. 4-1, the Cleveland Crunch lead in their home opener.
That was bizarre, but if you're Coach Gamboa of the Chicago Mustangs, what are you telling your troops? You know what? It happened. Shake it off. Don't worry about it because the Crunch can come right back if you're hanging your heads. You got to come out and play Mustang ball.
As that ball goes out of play, we want to thank Engineering Excellence. You need HVAC, our support that scales with your business. Engineering Excellence delivers nationwide service with certified technicians, 24/7 support, and seamless integration with platforms like ServiceChannel and SAP Ariba. From preventative maintenance to emergency repairs, we serve over 16,000 sites across all 50 states. Call 216-600-4192 or visit engineeringexcellence.com. Back underway, 7:06 to go. Kevin Arrow, Mark Munch-Bishop, Gianluca Di Giacomo on the call here tonight. Crunch lead 4-1 in their home opener, already playing 2 games this season on the road in a 17-6 and 18-2 affairs on the road as they went to Michigan and Indiana. But 4-1 right here as they look to go to 3-0. Mustangs looking for their 3rd win of the year. They have played 4 games already this season, and they are sitting at 500, 2-2, looking to improve on that 4-8 from last year where they missed the playoffs.
The Crunch defense has just been stellar.
So the play just continues back and forth, kind of ping-ponging around along the far boards. No one able to really gain control since that timeout. Now the Mustangs will look to do so. Musa says no. Comes out just far enough. He's trying to find Piwu.
Boy, headed away nicely from Piwu.
I think that was Wozniak back there. That's why you put a guy like that back there, a Mustang player down behind. Here comes Tomasz Nagy with a shot that goes off. And a kick save from Resendez goes all the way down to his goalkeeper brethren, Mario Musa.
Boy, Nagy, the rookie, won that one in a bad way.
Davalos quickly on the pitch. Off the wall, Davalos was looking for it. That one tipped off of Resendez instead of the wall. Nothing doing. We play on. 5:39 now in the second quarter. Crunch 4. Mustangs from Chicago 1.
You know, I haven't seen Ryan Minnick out on the pitch for a while.
I think early on here in the season, of course, Antonio Manfoot, he has a plethora of talent to go to. You can only have 17 players, of course, are listed each week, but here comes Mutemwa to Suljevic, who gets it deflected away. Sveko there at midfield.
Suljevic a little upset with himself that time. Wanted to put a move on and just couldn't control the ball. Great defense to take it away from Suljevic. Mikey Derizic found him sneaking to the left of the netminder for Chicago, but it was picked off.
So here come the Mustangs. Good turn from Morales. As he goes one-on-one with Mutemwa, they were looking for a foul. He is down behind the play. Mustangs continue to play on. I think they've seen their teammate down. We might get a stoppage here, as we will.
And Mario Musa was the one that pointed, hey, you got a player down out there. We can't keep going.
So it was hip-to-hip between Mutemwa and Alejandro Morales near midfield as he pulls what is supposed to be a shin guard out of, that is one of the tiniest ones you will see out there, but that's what these guys wear. They get away with the smallest of shin guards just to show that they have one. But a shin guard comes out and he will have that leg looked at by the trainer of the Crunch, Desmond Holmes. We sit 4:23 to go. 4-1 Crunch.
You know, interesting because in the second period, you've got the goal early on at 14-13 by Gamboa. The Crunch, the only mark put on the column for a goal was the own goal by Chicago. So Chicago is doing what they need to do. Anytime a Crunch player touches the ball, they are hawking them in a big way. The Crunch just need make that extra pass. I know you hear that in basketball a lot. There are a lot of similarities in sports. Make that extra pass when you can, and bang, they'll find them back in the net quickly.
So a timeout here for an injury, as Morales continues to show the officials the contact he received and how he went down from the contact with Mutemwa. Gives us an opportunity to tell you about Pella Windows. Pella Windows, attention homeowners, are you ready to update your home's curb appeal and save money on your home's cooling and heating bills? Pella Windows and Doors is offering a Cleveland Crunch discount. Make sure it's a Cleveland Crunch discount, so make sure to mention this, of $1,000 off your Pella project. Visit Pella.com, that's Pella.com, to learn more about our windows and doors, and don't forget to mention Cleveland Crunch to claim the exclusive offer, $1,000 off your Pella project.
Minnick is back out on the pitch, got quite a bit of a blow there. And you know what? This is what I love about this game. You've got players coming out from both squads, chatting back and forth, laughing, a little pat on the back, but you know what then? You know what, bro? Put the Dukes up again, because I'm coming at you. Again, go to Pella.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. And don't forget to mention Cleveland Crunch. Crunch will get the restart with Musa. Off to our left, 4:22. Now in the second quarter, Crunch lead 4-1. 2 goals by Ryan Minnick. In this one, there is an own goal on the board as well. It is 1-1 here in the second quarter. If you're keeping tabs and you're one of those Crunch fans that knows, the message from Antonio Manfoot and every player is, we want to win every quarter. So it's 1-1 here in the second, making it 4-1 in the game. And 3:55 left in the half, so you don't have a lot of time here.
Here comes Chanchar defending. Resendez, the goalkeeper, continues to hear it from this crowd. Zelenovic, who made that pass to him, just continues to look like, what is going on here? Why? He hasn't done anything yet today. These fans are smart, Stefan. These fans are smart.
They know the game in a big, big way. The nuances of indoor soccer. Human pinball, as I like to call it.
Musa with the clearance. Piwu just gets enough. Tries to find Suljevic, who's been kept kind of quiet here. Already with 17 goals on the season.
He had the assist.
Musa with a kick save.
Oh, my.
Off a quick shot. That one came in quickly. They were lulled to sleep, were the Crunch. And then a shot came in from the far right side of Musa.
I was lulled to sleep on that one. Boy, that was a rocket in a hurry.
Piwu collects. We'll send it back towards midfield. Far wall. Jean-Char knows the sub is coming in Brendan Swan. And Najar will come in for Jordan. 2:44 now. Musa, furthest he has ventured out of his goal mount today, up to midfield. He will retract back. He does have that foot skill if he wants to be like Resendez, but he doesn't want to be caught out like Resendez was. Now is not the time to take those chances in a close match.
Piwu and Joe in a good battle down there, and Chicago comes back. They're resilient.
Here they come. Player to be named later on the ball. Najar in front, off the wall, nobody home, far side. Here comes Nagy, and he will win the battle, and he is on the sprint. He's got 2 on 3. He will go down, and nothing called there, and now it comes out late. A late call, but the right call, as Tomasz Nagy was on the run. There was nothing but him, turf, and Jose Resendez goal.
That was a legit blue card. You had to pull that. And you know, I saw the referee reach to his pocket immediately. He wasn't going to hesitate on that.
So it'll be a blue card to the Mustangs, and it will be a penalty kick as well. I'm not sure if this is for the sixth foul or just, I think it was a goal-stopping opportunity by the Mustangs. It was just Nagy and Resendez to battle. So Admir Suljevic.
Who else? Who else would Admir to take this kick?
Never seen this before. We do have original style PKs where it just goes in the spot, but this is also like the early 90s MLS where you get a running start. Everyone else, all the other players are back at midfield. It is just Suljevic and the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper can come out anywhere in that square box. He'll try to get big. He'll try to put his arms up, everything he can to deter Suljevic from putting this one in the back of the net. Here comes Suljevic. One touch of the ball. Delay. Goal! The little hezzy move and a 6-7 celebration for Admir Suljevic. And always comes through, Munch, in that opportunity.
That was something because, you know, Admir looked like he was going to take up a little juke left, little juke right. I call that the shake and bake of indoor soccer and got it to go for the goal.
The DG, the PG, Hezzy out there from Admir Suljevic. 2:01 to go. The goal will be scored. So that means the Crunch don't even get to go on an official power play because the goal will take care of that. As looks like there are 5 out there for the Mustangs. So you can count that as a power play conversion for the Crunch. Very simple one, but nonetheless, it is 5-1, 2 minutes left in the second quarter.
You know, you look at it too, that took 3 seconds. The way Suljevic was moving, I thought it was just like a flash of lightning out there, but he juked, he took his time, and bang, it counted.
Alejandro Morales for the Mustangs. Good to see him back out there as he was helped off the field, able to continue. 1:48 to go now, 5-1 for the Crunch. Sveko defending along the boards against his fellow number 8. We will get that hopefully at halftime. Hooch had to change numbers before the match started. Sveko asking for it on the far side. He has a goal to his name tonight. He'll find Derizic just on the pitch. Jordan tried to backheel, a little bit of a nutmeg. Just enough of deflection. Derizic still got his toe on it. Bozak off the wall. Najar! Left-footed beauty! Oh, more Najar! Bozak with his second assist. and the Crunch leads 6-1. Another 3 goals. 2 quarters down, 3 goals each, 6-1, 1:16 to go.
What happened that time? The Crunch would not quit on that one. Finally, Bozak got it to Omar. Omar would not be denied. And now, with 1:16 to go, 6-1 Crunch with another Cleveland Crunch. Goal!
1:16 to go. Najar will throw the classic soccer ball out into the crowd like always. It is so good to see soccer back at the Wolstein Center, the old convocation center, if you will, here on the campus of Cleveland State University. And the Crunch are doing what they always do, taking control as they lead 6-1.
What did that penalty kick by Suljevic mean? It meant a lot.
Suljevic with a shot. Resendez is there. Didn't get all of that one, just kind of squirted across the turf. Under a minute to go now, Munch. 6-1. Cleveland on top of Chicago. Musa, a little bit of a difficulty bobble on that one, but he's back on it, and the Crunch will attack.
Landon Kuhn, just a rookie, but by golly, again, the rookies on the Crunch, because of the skill set, because of the coaching by Coach Manfoot, they just fit in perfectly without missing a step.
Morales tries to turn with his left foot. What a save! Another save! Another great one from Mario Musa.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Super Mario.
20 seconds now. And the clock will stop. A foul will be called. It looks like a blue card. See who that one is shown on. He was looking towards the Mustangs, but I think it might be Brendan Swan. So he will go into the penalty box. 19.6 seconds left in the second quarter. As Swan still arguing his case as he works his way into that penalty box right down below us. And it will be a penalty kick for the Mustangs.
And the player to be named later will be taking that kick. Gianluca is on it for us. He will get us the player's name here shortly. But we have a PK coming with 19.6 seconds. Let's see if Super Mario can turn this gentleman aside.
I want everybody to know, if you are a Chicago Mustangs fan and you are watching this here tonight, we know you don't have your broadcast crew here with us tonight. We try to call it as much as we can. We are the Crunch broadcast team, but we will still give credit where credit is due. If I cannot give credit to a certain name,
if we don't have the name.
We don't have the name.
And a number on the roster, yes.
When able to do so. If someone in the chat, the YouTube live chat on MLIS Pro TV, if you know who number 8 is.
Mom or dad, brother or sister.
Let us know.
Wife, girlfriend, yes.
Let us know. We want to give him the credit if he scores this. Looking for Musa to get the save, though. 19.6, ready for play. Couple dribbles. Musa goes right into his chest.
He made himself so big that time. Coming out, cutting down the angle, throwing the arms out.
So now under 10 seconds to go before halftime. Morales faked the shot against Jordan. Goes into Jordan with contact for no reason. Faked the shot against Najar, and the buzzer sounds. It is halftime. Bobby Chanchar goes down late in that one as the buzzer sounded. Musa was calling for Desmond Holmes and the training staff to come check on him, as the entire team at halftime will come check on Najar, but will make him feel a lot better. Leading 6-1 at the end of half number 1 over the Chicago Mustangs. The Cleveland Crunch lead going into the halftime break right here on the MLIS Pro TV YouTube channel, Rock Entertainment Sports Network, the WKYC Plus app, and of course audio on WOBL Radio 107.7 FM, 1320 AM, courtesy of Great Lakes Honda West in Elyria. Mark Munch Bishop, myself, Kevin Arnold, will be back for all of the halftime festivities. All right, let's head it down to Gianluca, who has, before they go into halftime, head coach Antonio Manfoot.
Thanks, fellas. I'm here with Coach Manfoot. Coach, so far, your home opener at the Wolstein Center. Just what are your initial thoughts on this 6-1 scoreline?
Well, first of all, it's fantastic to see all of our fans here. We're very grateful and very blessed, so appreciate everyone coming out supporting us in the home opener. And, I mean, there's not much more we can ask for. this one's a great start for the first half, and we got a lot of work to do, a lot of things to touch up, but I'm happy with the first half so far.
Talk me through the tactical adjustments, kind of the in-game adjustments you're having to deal with now. It's a brand new season. You're getting a field substantially larger than what you play on the rest of the league and at home at Sportsplex during your training sessions. What's the big difference that you're noticing so far?
Just the angles are going to be different, a bit more running and stuff. That means for both offense and defense, so we're still getting adapted to it. It's a lot more. We're giving them a bit more possession than I like right now, but again, it's tough for our guys getting used to the dimensions of the field, but it's something we'll talk about at halftime. We'll make those adjustments, so hopefully they don't get as much possession, and we'll be able to stick it to them.
Coach, very much.
Thank you, Gianluca. Thank you, Coach Manfoot. And now we hit our halftime break. We'll be back to recap what's happened right here on the Crunch broadcast.
Built on service, driven by integrity, trusted through compassion. They serve, we honor. They commit, we care. They sacrifice, we heal. At Apex Skin, a veteran-owned practice, we proudly give back to those that gave so much by offering free scar revisions through our Purple Heart Project. Trusted care for every journey. Visit apexskin.com/care to schedule your appointment today.
Real ingredients, real tradition. Crazy corn, full flavor, every bite. Trust me, you want this.
At Cardinal Credit Union, we're more than just a place to bank. We're on your team. We're local and proud to put Cleveland families first. And now, anyone can join. Cardinals for Cleveland and for parents. With their first debit card, kids learn smart money habits and parents stay in control with real-time supervision. Chores like walking the dog turn into real rewards. Parents lead, kids earn, and everyone scores. Join online or visit our branches and discover the Cardinal difference. Cardinal Credit Union. People helping people.
At Apex Skin, we drive every patient experience and commitment, collaborate with purpose, and deliver excellence, providing care that's compassionate, connected, and centered around you. Trusted care every step of the way.
Freshly chopped, perfectly topped. Fresh chips, creamy queso. Feeling thirsty? Try one of our signature drinks. Mexican classics? Always.
Welcome back inside the Wolstein Center on the campus of Cleveland State University as we sit at halftime for the Cleveland Crunch home opener, the first one we get to do here on the MLIS Pro TV YouTube channel. We appreciate that being put together so everybody can keep an eye on their teams this season. There, of course, we thank Rock Entertainment Sports Network, them broadcasting the games as well, WKYC Plus. You need to download the app today in your favorite app store and get it on your smart TV, and you'll be able to watch the Crunch games if you're not able to make it out. If you are, make sure you go to theclevelandcrunch.com. And of course, our audio is on the official audio, the audio partner of the Crunch, that is WOBL Radio in Lorain County, Lorain County Country 107.7 FM, 1320 AM. And it is brought to you by Great Lakes West Honda in Elyria. And of course, it is streaming worldwide all the time, Munch.
You can hear yours truly, along with Max Strumman, Max the news guy, okay, with the high school basketball game of the week. Next week, we will venture to Cleveland Heights. The Lorain Titans play the Cleveland Heights High Tigers.
That'll be a big matchup in high school basketball. We are here for pro indoor soccer.
Amen, brother.
WOBLradio.com is where you can listen worldwide. I'm Kevin Arnold. He is the original voice, the OG, Mark Munch Bishop.
You humble me, my friend. Thank you.
I got to give credit where credit is due.
Well, I'll give you credit. I got to tell you something. I've covered and called a lot of professional indoor soccer games, probably in the low thousands. Your first half was as stellar of a call if I have ever heard. Not to put pressure on you. You have a hat trick. Now you score another 3 in the second half.
Hey, pressure makes diamonds or it breaks the
Baby,
pipes.
amen, man. Bring it on. You know what I mean? Bring it on.
But right now, the pressure is definitely making diamonds in the first half for the Crunch as they lead 6-1. Munch, just your thoughts on what we saw and the Crunch kind of finding their way later on in each of that first and that second quarter to stretch that lead.
You know, one thing that was so important to me, the Crunch adjusting. I keep going back to last year in the championship game. They weren't able to adjust when their opponent, Amarillo, went to a 180 the way they were playing, okay? But today, the Crunch was able to adjust in a big, big way, and it was so important. They were looking for opportunities, but you know what? Where does it all happen? With the dynamic duo, Suljevic and Mikey Derizic. They deferred to some of the other players today on occasion, but where else does it happen? The man, is it a bird? Is it a plane? Faster than a speeding bullet between the posts? Super Mario Musa doing his thing. His leg kick save was just a thing of beauty that, you know, you could put that in the Cleveland Museum of Art as a Michelangelo or a Picasso painting on that save.
You might say, is it a bird, is it a plane? Right now in the Wolstein Center, it's flying disc, it's frisbees flying. It is one of those things that I remember as a kid coming to these games.
Yes.
Used to try to throw things into the little kiddie pools in the middle of the field. We got a few of those frisbees that are in there, so people are going to win some prizes, that's for sure. A lot of fun. It is family fun. If you are in the Cleveland area, Northeast Ohio, or you come to visit, make sure you check out the schedule at theclevelandcrunch.com and get tickets to come to a match. Even, you were just saying it, Munch, even 500 more seats filled makes it look even better, and it looks amazing tonight in the Wolstein Center.
I want to remind you, on the 24th of January, Lansing will be in. That's a 7 p game, and on the 1st of February, what a better way to start a new month, my friend. Fort Wayne is in for a matinee, 2 o'clock. You want to bring the family? That is just the place to be here at the Wolstein Center at Cleveland State University.
So we sit at 6-1, Cleveland Crunch over the Chicago Mustangs. Crunch looking to go to 3-0. Mustangs will look for the comeback. We will preview what that will look like there in the second half. Coming up next right here on the Cleveland Crunch Network. That is with the MLIS Pro TV, Rock Entertainment Sports Network, WKYC Plus, and audio on WOBL Radio in Lorain County.
Built on service, driven by integrity, trusted through compassion. They serve, we honor. They commit, we care. They sacrifice, we heal. At Apex Skin, a veteran-owned practice, we proudly give back to those that gave so much by offering free scar revisions through our Purple Heart Project. Trusted care for every journey. Visit apexskin.com/care to schedule your appointment today.
Real ingredients, real tradition. Crazy corn, full flavor, every bite. Trust me, you want this.
At Cardinal Credit Union, we're more than just a place to bank. We're on your team. We're local and proud to put Cleveland families first. And now, anyone can join. Cardinals for Cleveland and for parents. With their first debit card, kids learn smart money habits and parents stay in control with real-time supervision. Chores like walking the dog turn into real rewards. Parents lead, kids earn, and everyone scores. Join online or visit our branches and discover the Cardinal difference. Cardinal Credit Union. People helping people.
At Apex Skin, we drive every patient experience and commitment, collaborate with purpose, and deliver excellence, providing care that's compassionate, connected, and centered around you. Trusted care every step of the way.
Freshly chopped, perfectly topped. Fresh chips, creamy queso. Feeling thirsty? Try one of our signature drinks. Mexican classics? Always.
Welcome back inside the Wolstein Center on the campus of Cleveland State University, the home of the Vikings, here in downtown Cleveland, just a little bit away from the Gateway District, where the Cleveland Cavaliers got a huge win over the Minnesota Timberwolves earlier on today, and now the Cleveland Crunch are looking to double up on the Cleveland wins today as they lead 6-1 at the half. I am Kevin Arnold. I'm joined by Mark Munch-Bishop, Gianluca Di Giacomo, and our LPV Productions crew, bringing all the audio and the video streaming out to the different platforms. We'll remind you of those platforms here in just a moment, but of course we want to thank Cardinal Credit Union. You see it splattered across the front of those beautiful red jerseys the Crunch are wearing tonight. If you were listening to the audio, I'm telling you they are beautiful. Look up on social media, look on the website, theclevelandcrunch.com, to try to get your own or at least see what they look like. They are great. But Cardinal Credit Union has been serving Northeast Ohio communities since 1953, and today they're proud to serve as the official credit union and title sponsor of the Cleveland Crunch. Membership is easy. With just $5, you become a member and an owner with access to checking, savings, loans, and more. If you live or work in Lake, Cuyahoga, Geauga, or surrounding counties, Cardinal Credit Union may be the right financial partner for you. Once a member, always a member. Thank you so much, Cardinal Credit Union. As I said, I am Kevin Arnold. I am joined by the original voice of the Crunch, Mark Munch-Bishop, up here in our broadcast perch, as it is so cool to kind of be amongst the fans as well that are out here. But if you're not able to ever make it to a game, of course, we were on the MLIS Pro TV YouTube channel, Rock Entertainment Sports Network, if you get that on your cable providers, WKYC Plus, the app you can get on your smart TVs, your phones, your devices, all of that, and audio courtesy and sponsored by Great Lakes Honda West in Elyria on WOBL Radio, Lorain County Country, 107.7 FM, 1320 AM. They have been playing Munch. They've been playing the country oldies and new stuff since the 70s. But right now, of course, the old stuff is considered the 90s when I was a baby, and the new stuff is good as well. As my family are big country music fans, we try to tune into WOBL Radio when we can. 1971, Munch. What great people there at WOBL Radio.
Did you know what Gary Tollison, by the way, happy birthday, Gary. Happy Gary's birthday.
Gary.
And they're
GT on air.
Amen, baby. Having a huge country concert at the Lorain Palace Theater right now. But you know what? He is the epitome of live local radio, which is so important in today's world. You don't see it too often, but you've got WOBL and the Cool Cat, one of my favorite WDLW sister station in Oberlin, Ohio, serving Lorain County and beyond.
Someone that we know well, Mark, in the media industry here in Cleveland. We're very happy to know, right off to our left, we have one of the fans standing right next to us wearing a Tottenham Hotspur hat, as he is a huge Tottenham Hotspur fan, and it is actually Ethan Greenberg in Virginia's dad is here. I have talked to Ethan for so long. He is such a good friend. It is so good to meet you, sir. So good to meet you. Ethan, if you're watching, your dad says hello. And
how cool is that, man?
How cool is that? But of course, they are both big Tottenham fans, so Emmett Golden would be a big fan of that.
Hey, let's get Golden out to one of these games in the family. You know that?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So just about ready to start the second half. What do you think the message was to the Crunch to keep the foot on the gas, but also to the Mustangs, for the Mustang fans watching us or listening to us here tonight, what their message was to get back in this one?
You know what? Coach Gamboa of the Mustangs, I'm going to start with Chicago first, is telling his players, keep playing your game. Yeah, it's 6-1, but we know what you can do. Keep playing your defense, don't lose it. Also, in the last 20 seconds, I saw some forearm shivers coming from Chicago players. Referees missed them. They're off the ball. So, hey, don't lose your composure. Keep your cool. If you're the Crunch, you know what? Just keep doing what you're doing. That extra pass. I just saw the Kristoveco goal again for Bozak. You want to talk about sharing the wealth, okay? Distributing. It was that extra pass. Bozak had a shot, but he saw Sveco off to his right, and guess what? He said, he has a better shot than me, so I'm going to dish him the ball. Make that extra pass. Plus, I want to see Pivu. I want to see Najar with those long strides take off and get a breakaway, because there's no doubt Mario Musa is on 5 form. So is Mr. Resendez, but the bottom line is he's taking quite a few shots, and the Crunch are figuring out Resendez just a little bit. Get him leaning to one side, bang, push it back up on the other side.
Right now, as I look down there, Munch, in the Crunch huddle, I don't know that I see Mario Musa. I see Liam McIntosh with the sweats off, but he was actually talking to the officials in another spot. So he goes in to the huddle. We'll see if McIntosh goes into net. They've been kind of rotating the goalkeepers after the first half early in the season. Not sure if it's kind of like what the Ohio State approach was in football this year, where they tried to get guys more rest, knowing the brunt of the season and how long it is. But Musa will rip off the jacket.
Yes, he did. Ripped it off in a hurry.
But you love that the backup goalkeeper is ready and raring to go at any moment.
And it's almost like Mario heard us and said, no, guys, I'm going back in there. But you know, do I have confidence if Leon McIntosh gets between the pipes? I certainly do. Do I have confidence if Scott Santa gets between the pipes? I certainly do. Or I should say between the posts.
Hey, we can say between the pipes, too. We got to bring in the fans. We try to compare this to other sports around. It's like when the average sports fan that doesn't watch soccer all the time, you want goals in soccer, you're going to get it here in the indoor game.
Amen.
We try to give as much information and tie it to every sport as possible. So it basically is like hockey. You have the walls here, and that can cause a bounce, and that can cause a run for the Mustangs very quickly in the second half.
You also see basketball here, too. You see players posted up, big body guys like a Mikey Durzik to kind of heel kick the ball to somebody, break into the hole, break into the net. So see, there are a lot of similarities in a lot of these sports.
So we do have word from our own Gianluca Di Giacomo down there on the sideline, and thank you so much, buddy. I can see you. People can't see you right now, but I can see you. Nice little thumbs up across. Number 8 is Gabriel Jurado, and number 80 is Michael Garcia. So a couple of the ones we didn't know in that first half. But I'm telling you right now, Jurado has made the Crunch defense work. We've just been calling him number 8, but we know it's Jurado, and Jurado is back out there to start this second half alongside Alejandro Morales. I see out there a couple guys, kind of miscommunications going in, going out. I also see Jorge Ochoa out there. So changing up the lineup from that start, just like the Crunch are. We have Dave Jordan, Bobby Chanchar, Landon Kuhn, Chris Fecco, as they will be, of course, still on the penalty kill. So this is their penalty kill unit. It was only about 18 seconds. Ticked off that 2-minute penalty for the Crunch with Brendan Swan getting a blue card just before the end of the half. 14:42 here in the third, 6-1. Crunch have killed every penalty and power play they have faced this season so far, but only 2 games in. They want to keep that attention to detail high because I know, Munch, we talk about it every season. Power play conversion and penalty kill conversion have been percentages they have wanted to improve every single year since coming back.
Well, so far today, they've been stellar at what they're doing.
Jurado with a shot. That goes just wide. What a shot there now. Tipped in, but I think
Mario was banged. He was banged as he went to reach for the ball by a Chicago player. They can't allow that goal.
So we'll see right here as the official is pointing to it. I think he's going to give a corner kick. Musa kind of had it pinned against the wall down there after it went just wide. And I think they're going to give a restart to the Crunch. That was tipped home.
Alex Fillion bumped into Musa as he went to pick the ball up. You can't do that. You can't touch the goalie.
So now the clock they will need to adjust as it has already dropped to 1:42. But it should be 14 minutes and change here in the third quarter.
It hasn't gone by that quickly, my friend.
Unless the Flash came out there and started playing for a while, and I didn't see it. 14-24. Yes, you get all the references. I can dip deep into the bag with all the references. 14-24 to go here in the third quarter. 6-1 Crunch as they are still down a man. 5-on-4 Mustangs with the man advantage. Musa tries to send it as deep as he can. Svecko will look to control with Kuhn.
But you get a shorthanded goal. That's putting a nail in the coffin, my friend.
Kuhn will battle against 2, including Alejandro Morales. Kuhn somehow comes out of there. Jordan with it. Svecko, he's working around.
What a heel kick pass from Svecko.
It was a back 8. Great facility out there at the Soccer Sportsplex in North Olmsted, Ohio. If you're looking to get your kid involved, we want to thank them for their hospitality and hosting the Crunch for all of those years. It is good to be back here, but you have to remember where you come from, and those Soccer Sportsplex people are great. Musa, a save off the foot of Uno. Musa will come to collect. Musa is everywhere here tonight. This is his first game of the season, and he is absolutely on fire standing on his head, as they would say.
And the fans are showing their love for him, too. Oh, my God. You mentioned your roots, too. My big three have always been God, family, and roots. And this is what this game and this team epitomizes.
11:44, clock stops, a foul. Tomasz Nagy collects right there where the extra officials are as well. So you got 2 officials on the pitch, 2 assistants, kind of keeping track of the cards, the time, all of that. Right there in the center of the pitch, right below us.
Minnick wants a hat trick. Did you feel it?
Hey, every time you get that, you get that feeling, you get 2 goals. A hat trick is definitely right for the taking. Here come the Mustangs. Off the wall, Musa reads that perfectly. Tobar was looking for a runner to cut down the middle of the box. No one was there except for Mario Musa.
You had a crunch defender, too, to Musa's right to take away that defender. That was Bozak.
Musa sends it up the boards. Minnick against Wozniak. Wozniak, great positioning defensively on Minnick. Minnick frustrated, but all you can do is tip your cap to Wozniak. He has been one of the star-studded players on defense for the Mustangs here tonight.
Stopping many a crunch run and taking the ball away on occasion, too.
So here comes Resendez.
Is Resendez going to come on the attack more with his team down by 5?
I was just about to mention, we haven't seen him venture out as much since that first quarter when Brendan Swan chipped it over him, went deep, and Ryan Minnick took it off the wall to score the 3rd goal of the game. 3 of 6 scored by the Crunch so far. Minnick takes a tumble on the far side, away from the play. Here comes a shot off the wall. Nobody there. Gerardo, couple step overs. And Musa try to collect. Great job there by Uno to keep his team in possession. Morales tries to spin. The rookie Landon Kuhn, having none of it, stays in front.
Once again, the rookies of the Crunch have just been so impressive.
You're new to this game. Yes, it is this fast action. And now Mustangs, as I say, it's fast, will slow things down. 10-10 left here in quarter number 3. 6-1 Cleveland on top of Chicago, looking for their 11th win over the Mustangs in 12 meetings over the last 6 seasons that they have played each other. I'm telling you, Munch, I was shocked by the record between these 2 teams because it always feels like there's tense intensity, energy, competitiveness out there. I thought the Mustangs for sure had more wins than just 1 in this matchup.
These 2 teams get together. It's Chicago and Cleveland, like in other sports too, and they do go at it. And I'll tell you, David Jordan, the captain, still impressive, getting up and all the way around the field and doing his thing on defense too.
Kuhn to Suljevic. They'll swing it back to Swan. Did have that blue card infraction there in the first half. The Crunch were able to stop the Mustangs from getting a goal, a man up, and now we're even strength for the last 4 minutes. 9-11 left here in the 3rd quarter. Cleveland 6, Chicago 1.
Great move that time by Matute, but he lost it.
And I got to say, Munch, Mustangs have been much more in control here to start this 3rd quarter, have not put it home in the back of the net just yet to pay it off, but they have definitely been more on the attack, and they heard the message of their head coach here tonight.
Are they also playing, just keeping an eye out too for Crunch defenders slipping behind them? Boy, Piwu definitely went after Resendez that time, but Resendez got it off in a hurry.
So here comes Ochoa. As a man streaking to his left, he'll find him off the wall. Najar was there. And it deflects out, so it'll be Crunch ball.
Crunch defenders taking a page out of the Chicago playbook here early on. Anytime a Chicago player is near the ball, near the box, there are 2 Crunch players jumping right out on him and taking it away.
Here comes Najar. To Musa. He'll send it up to Piwu, but that one is an errant pass that'll go awry.
Just a little to Piwu's left, he couldn't get to it.
So at midfield now. I believe that's another number not sure of, number 30.
Giancarlo jump on 34 for
unless
us.
That's 84, Jose Matute. And we read a 3 as an 8, but if we both did it, I think we know why. What a shot! Again by Gerardo. Gerardo cannot understand how one has not hit the back of the net tonight. Musa at full stretch. And now the Mustangs, here they come again.
The extension was unbelievable that time, but so was the anticipation of the shot.
Here comes a shot. That one goes way out of play to the upper deck. And it'll be an extra second before they get that one back down to the pitch.
You know, I swear I saw an 84 in the lineup in the first half, and now we see a 34, and we've got a time. Well, a yellow card.
Well, we just had a yellow card shown. Apologies if anybody missed part of the match. Systems kind of went out here in the Wolstein Center. We apologize if anyone missed anything. It is 6-1 with 7:25 to go. A timeout was called, and as the timeout was called, Gabriel Piwu.
He was barking at one of the officials.
Was barking at the officials and is still doing it. He needs to be careful. And now it looks like a yellow card will be shown to the coach of the Mustangs as well. So a lot happening in just a timeout with no action. Now, when a yellow card is shown, a player must sit for 5 minutes, but it is not a power play opportunity. You are at even strength. So now I believe one of the Mustangs are going to have to sit in the penalty box to serve for their coach, because you're not going to see a coach trying to run out of that box when he's not a part of the play. Only Antonio Manfoot is a player coach that I have seen in this league. I don't know of many others in the MLIS.
And he's a darn good one, too. You know, it'll be interesting. It'll be somebody who has not seen a lot of time serving the 5 minutes for Chicago.
So a timeout here, 6-1, 7:25 to go, third quarter. I'm Kevin Arnold, joined by Mark Munch-Bishop, Gianluca Di Giacomo. You are down pitch side. What did you see there as we were going to a timeout, and there's more action there than we've seen in this quarter?
Completely honest, just a lot of barking from Gabe Piwu, and the officials don't take too kindly to that. And same thing for one of the people on the Mustangs coaching staff, but it goes back to what I was mentioning before. The familiarity part, not only with the Mustangs, but also the physicality and the intensity that comes with each and every match that we play against this team. But the Crunch are doing a good job of keeping their head on their shoulders. They just got to power through the rest of the second half.
Well, nonetheless, we're going to get back underway as things get situated here in the arena. 7:25 coming out of that timeout, as Mutemwa will come to check on his buddy. Sammy Mutemwa will come to check on Gabriel Piwu.
Yeah,
Gabriel, don't call me Gabe Piwu. I learned that lesson the first season.
No, it's Gabriel. Yes,
it's Gabriel. Yes, it is Gabriel.
Gabriel blew his horn like the Archangel that time at one of the officials, and he didn't like the tune he was playing.
If there's any opposing teams that come into the Wolstein Center this year, and I see Gabriel on the roster, I'm going to call him Gabriel. If they want to be called Gabe, they can yell at me if they want to,
I wonder if one of the officials called him Gabe, so that's why he barked back at him.
All right, so as the officials get things situated, we are even strength here, but yellow card shown. So Piwu, we won't see him for 5 minutes, and I believe there is a Mustangs player down there filling in, taking care of the yellow card shown to the coach.
You always ask me what to look for. I'm watching number 21, Alejandro Morales. He's a hard-nosed player. He's a forward, but plays with intensity of a top-notch defender. He's kind of chatting now with Omar Najjar. Wonder what they're talking about.
Yeah, so it's Armando Gamboa as the head coach of the Mustangs. So I don't know if he put his son there, Dario Gamboa, in the box or not. I'm sure he is out there as I see him out there, number 22, Alejandro Morales, along with Alex Villan. And also looks like we have I see a 28. I'm not sure who that is, but Brian Mungia is also out there for the Mustangs.
Garcia is 28.
That's right.
Herna Garcia.
Rushed my writing there.
That's okay, my friend.
I'm not even reading my own writing that well, Munch. But it is Hernan Garcia is out there to start this run of play. 6:52 now, ticking third quarter clock. Here comes Tomasz Nagy, looking for his first goal, and he gets it! He touched to his right, looks to the crowd. What a beauty! What an absolute cracker of a goal to make your name as a rookie here for the Crunch. Make it 7-1 over the Mustangs, 6:45 left in the third.
And that young fella's being embraced by the rest of the squad. Boy, just kept going to his right, going to his right, going to his right. Found the back of the net for a goal! 7-1, 6:45. How do you like that? Tomasz Nagy. He had an assist last time out, and bang! Now he finds the back of the net for his first goal as a pro.
And an absolute pro in Gianluca Di Giacomo, as he lets us know number 34 for the Mustangs is Eduardo Nava. Eduardo Nava there for the Mustangs as well. So back underway now after the restart. Resendez, every single time he's touched, it's like Joakim Noah out there. Every time he touches the ball, he hears it from this crowd, and it's not just from what he's done today, because he's done nothing really wrong except for coming out of his box too far.
He's been very, very good.
Gerardo, ambitious effort from deep. It'll be cycled all the way back to Resendez.
What was even more impressive about Nagy's goal, kept going to his right, going to his right, going to his right. You thought he was going to reverse to your left. That's what I thought was the defender thought too. But he went to his strength and bang.
So Mustangs now on it. It'll come over here to Zelenovic. Zelenovic with Jordan in front of him. He'll cycle it back to Garcia. That is Christopher Garcia. And Gerardo at the point against Davalos. Now, it is Kuhn defending. Good deflection there, and he will look to outlet. Great transition defense, though, by Gerardo and the Mustangs. Kuhn was on the burst. Minnick gets it off the wall. Davalos was inside. He'll try to find him. Ball sitting right there on the line, and Resendez comes in
but Davalos,
somehow.
Davalos was poking at it on the ground, trying to get it to go over the goal mouth. Oh,
man, that one sat on the goal line forever, what felt like forever. Resendez got just enough from his defense to come back and pick that one up. Here's Sujovic. He's got a goal to his name tonight. Give him 18 now on the season. Here is Bozak.
Goal and an assist for Admir.
He was scoring 5 goals a game in the first 2. He had 10 coming in.
Minnick was just relentless on defense. So was Omar. But the Crunch are taking it to another level. I saw an elbow to the side of a head there.
And here come the Crunch, 2-on-2. Man down for the Mustangs in the back. Bozak just wide. Najjar keeps it going. Minnick back to Najjar in the corner. We continue play. We got a player down still. Crunch do not have to stop play unless they decide to. They can continue to play. The clock continues to tick.
And Mario Musa helped Ochoa up. You want to talk class with a capital C? That's Mario Musa.
Ori Ochoa able to limp his way to the bench. Sujovic blasts that pass across the box. No one there. Bozak has to try to collect. And now the Mustangs will force the Crunch in retreat. Wozniak now with it.
That set there was as dominant as I've ever seen without scoring a goal by the Crunch.
7-1, 3:48 to go. Quarter number 3. Crunch lead in their home opener. We welcome all viewers on the MLIS Pro TV YouTube channel, Rock Entertainment Sports Network here in the Cleveland, Northeast Ohio area, as well as WKYC Plus, and the audio on WOBL Radio, Lorain County Country. That is brought to you by Great Lakes West Honda in Elyria.
Jose Matute had to go off of him, and Crunch coming back on the attack.
Yeah, so now Jose Matute, who we thought maybe was 34, Musa is down. Jordan defending one-on-one, and he does a great job. And again,
David
3
Jordan,
saves by Jordan without using his hands. And now here comes Mutemwa. One-on-one, tries to slide it home, and good defense. There's it with a shot that goes wide.
Musa, both hands above his head, telling the crowd to cheer for Captain Dave Jordan.
And Mutemwa goes down. Now here come the Mustangs 2-on-2. We go end-to-end, 3:04 to go, third quarter. Brendan Swan, good defense, dragged down by Wozniak.
He was dragged down in a big, big way. Chicago has to be frustrated when you have a man like David Jordan. They don't realize what a great player he is, okay? Super player, making not 1, but 2 saves. He can't use his hands. He's done a netminder.
I saw 3. I saw a leg, I saw a thigh, and I saw a chest there.
The chest was huge.
The Mustangs were calling for a handball, but when your arms, I think it did touch off his arm at one point. Jacob Roberto defends along the boards down there, trying to win the ball back. That one will stay in play. It hits the top of the wall, and the Mustangs will play. We'll continue that point in just a second.
Hence human pinball, as I call it.
Physical play starting to ramp up here, as you would expect between these two teams. That's why the 10-1 record for the Crunch against the Mustangs seems so surprising. Musa again with a punch away. That one tipped. Najjar was trying to help his goalkeeper out. Maybe didn't hear the call, but a foul as well will be called as Musa goes down from friendly fire and Mustang fire. So it'll be a reset. I was saying that the Mustangs were looking for the handball munch. Did look like it touched off the arm of Dave Jordan, but when you have those arms tucked as part of your body, tucked in instead of out wide, that is not going to be a handball. It now becomes an extension of the rest of your body and is not a hand loose away from play.
And if you notice, that was very classy of Chris Garcia and the Mustangs to help Mario Musa up. That is respect, as Marita would say, with R-E-S-P-E-C-T, my friend. 1:56 now in the third.
Foul coming in. Jordan.
Boy, Jordan was heck bent for leather. You see him take off?
Again, if you see blue cards being shown, and now a yellow card will be shown.
Eduardo
Nava will get the yellow card. He'll have to sit for 5 minutes. Jordan getting the crowd into it. The crowd only has blue cards, but they're showing those along with the yellow card. Nava did not like something about it and just kept barking and barking. And if you didn't learn,
he's still barking.
You didn't learn from the Piwu altercation with the officials, as Piwu is now out of his 5-minute box suspension. He goes to his bench across the field.
Boy, the official in the sin bin having really telling that young fella to sit down.
1:53. Clock stop. 7-1. The Crunch lead. Dave Jordan will see a two-man wall. Unique to see that with the free restart that far out. But Morales quickly out there to guard Sveko. It's still 5-on-5. Again, yellow cards do not force you to go on the power play.
Boy, the Crunch doing exactly what makes them the team they are. Just pulling the ball back a little bit, eating some clock. They're up 7-1, 1:30 to go now in the third.
Bozak now. One-on-one. He'll get it to his right foot and smash it to the back of the net. Aiden Bozak with a fist pump. What a move. Got it to his right foot, and there was nothing that Resendez could do. It is now 8-1. Man, Bozak has been working and working, getting guys set up, and he earns that goal to make it 8-1.
One of the strongest shots I have seen yet today. Aiden Bozak, kind of a slight character physically, but I'll tell you what, the heart of a Lion, the heart of a Crunch player, as he finds the back of the net for another Crunch. Goal!
That one bounced well back into play because it hit the goal and hit whatever the little seats, the extra seats there for the basketball games behind the goal. You knew he hit that one with everything he had.
And Dancing Dan was going to town. That was right in front of him.
That was power. That was placement. That was perfection from Aiden Bozak.
Well said, my friend.
1:15, 8-1 Crunch.
Going to have a three-man wall here for the Crunch kick.
Give Bozak his second goal in the season. He's got 2 more assists, so he's got 5 this year.
They're going to get a 4-man wall out on him.
So Suljevic will be over this restart just at the top of the box, the top of that half circle.
And Mikey Terzic goes to the post to the right. Right of Resendez.
He's looking for that rebound. A lot of times Suljevic will go for goal or find Jordan, but he actually finds Derazic, and that one goes off the arm of Resendez. Good save there. You got to credit the effort from Resendez in that box tonight for the Mustangs. Great ball movement from the Mustangs quickly to the other end. Najjar holds things up. Shot off the foot of Ochoa. Najjar with the block.
You're seeing Crunch players play at all levels of the game today. Defense, offense, passing, scoring.
And that is what makes Edner Suljevic the reigning MVP of this league. It's not just the stats. He deflected that one. He came back all the way from midfield to get to the far post and defend and deflect that out of play.
Admir's laughing at themselves. Did I just do that?
So here comes the corner kick. They'll cycle it around to the Mustangs.
Mustangs trying to stay in shape, but boy, they're down 8-1.
So cycle all the way down deep. Musa just with the punch away, and here comes Suljevic. He'll find Kuhn, far side, and he'll hold things up wisely. The offensive reset back to Najjar and over to Jordan. As Najjar goes off, Swan will replace. 22 seconds now.
Whenever Jordan has the ball, don't you feel confident? I mean, he's a captain, he's there for a reason, but he's like the settling influence.
Crunch will be selective here as we get to 10 seconds. They lead 8-1. Roberto with a run towards the box, a header that goes far wide. Kuhn will try to keep the Mustangs in, not allow any other attack, and that is how the third quarter will come to an end. Only 2 goals that time, not 3 for the Crunch in that quarter, but they keep the Mustangs off the score sheet. Everybody giving everything, getting the turf burns, putting their bodies on the line, and that's the championship level mentality the Crunch will bring, and you got to get out and see them. Go to theclevelandcrunch.com. We'll be back for the fourth quarter action right here for Cleveland Crunch Soccer.
Real ingredients, real tradition. Crazy corn, full flavor, every bite. Trust me, you want this.
At Apex Skin, we drive every patient experience and commitment, collaborate with purpose, and deliver excellence, providing care that's compassionate, connected, and centered around you. Trusted care every step of the way.
Welcome back inside the Wolstein Center at Cleveland State University, downtown Cleveland, where soccer belongs, here in Northeast Ohio. Especially pro indoor soccer, all the people that grew up watching the Cleveland Force, the Crunch, back to the Force, now back to the Crunch. But that 20-year gap, I know everybody was clamoring for it. The Rashido family, the owners, brought it back. Ryan Ruiz, co-owner, has helped bring it in directing marketing and sales and all of that. Also, Corbin Williams, the stat guy, the director of marketing, everything, doing social media. This is a world-class organization for sure, and we are so happy to bring it to you on the MLIS Pro TV YouTube channel, Rock Entertainment Sports Network, WKYC Plus, audio on WOBL Radio in Lorraine County Country, sponsored by Great Lakes Honda West in Elyria. I am Kevin Arnold. He is Mark Munch Bishop. Gianluca Di Giacomo is along with us as well as the Crunch lead going to quarter number 4, 8-1. And this, you were saying it in the break, the Crunch only 3 games in look to be in mid-season form.
You know what? I want to shout out to our national anthem way back when from Scott 3 from the corner, Lewis, they called him, a big rec league basketball player. When that happened today, I said, this is going to be a special evening, and it certainly has been. Crunch up 8-1 as we go to the final frame.
And we do have a change at goalkeeper this time. Musa has done his job. Crunch hold on to this 8-1 win or add some goals to it. They get the win at the end. Musa will get his win in his first start this season. McIntosh will replace. He started the first 2 games on the road. He is 2-0 with a 94% save percentage. He has 16 saves already on the season. That's 8 saves per game. You think that there should be more in a game like this. Well, when you only give up 6 goals and 2 goals, there's not much you can do. Plus, he was always splitting with Scott Santa as well. So both of them doing a great job on the road at goalkeeper.
Skills Matumwa just doing one of those who me on that foul, but here comes a close-in kick now for Chicago. 3-man wall for the Crunch.
Free kick, set piece, 14:33 left in the game. It'll be Gabriel Uno along with Gerardo. Gabriel Gerardo looking at this one. Uno will leave it for Gerardo. He'll send it to the top to Morales. Good block by Nagy.
Oh, Tomasz Nagy. Again, a rookie? No, he looks like a 4 or 5 year veteran the way he's playing.
So Morales from his forward spot will come all the way back. And he'll play with Resendez. You wonder if you see Resendez venture a little bit further out now.
They need to try to score goals. If the Crunch come back and score, really, it's meaningless. They have to try anything possible to get into the back of the net.
14 minutes now on that fourth quarter clock. Morales and steps on the ball. A little fancy little move. Kuhn and Nagy not disrupted by it.
And think about this, Gamboa scored 47 seconds.
What a save by McIntosh off the foot of Morales. Morales again was trying to lull the Crunch to sleep. McIntosh
He was
coming
brilliant.
in ready to go.
Was it McIntosh? Is it Musa? I can't tell. They're both brilliant.
They're wearing their yellow goalie kits tonight, so you really can't miss them. But both of them, the whole goalkeeper room for the Crunch, always if one person sets the standard, another guy comes in, they want to either keep it the same or up that level. McIntosh, you can see, on his toes, ready to go, and that's what you want from guys coming off the bench, especially a goalkeeper when they're cold. That's a mental game you have to play with McIntosh.
Total concentration back there for Liam. Just watching that ball like a cat watching a mouse.
12:59. Mutemwa will send that.
Sammy
Mutemwa would send that wide. Resendez was far out. I think Resendez may have gotten maybe a part of his body just on that, as it looked like it took a turn in the air. So it went wide. Resendez keeping things at 8-1.
He was 8-1, and look at Mikey Darvin. He's playing as if his team is down 8-1. The play is playing defense.
Mikey Derizic, Dave Jordan, Bobby Chanchar, Admir Suljevic among a lot on this team that have played in all 6 seasons, played a lot of games already for the Crunch.
But look at the defense by Bobby back there.
And now Nagy will get called for the foul. Hand fighting between him and Morales. Nagy a little too much. And now a stoppage in play, a warning there. Nagy getting the welcome to the league as a rookie.
Morales was physical, and he looked at Nagy, and he goes, "You're going to have to back off me, young fella."
So Uno will ask for the wall to be set at the proper steps away, the proper distance away. Wisely, Nagy and Derizic setting the wall. They forced the referee to do that, so then the rest of the defense behind them can get their marks. Goal coming in, shot coming in, goes over McIntosh. But he read that one all the way.
Oh, he had that paw up there to knock it away in case it would have stuck underneath the crossbar.
Good curler there off the foot of Uno. Derizic will defend again. Jordan, the captain, along the wall. He'll find Bozak. Bozak with probably the hardest shot you will see, especially in this match tonight, putting the Crunch up 8-1. Here comes Jordan, was trying to find Derizic on the leak out. Morales wisely knows that Resendez wants to come out. He's got to be that kind of that in-between player right now. Probably the best on the ball for the team if they're going to move their forward all the way back like he is right now, halfway between midfield and that yellow stripe.
The feeling I'm getting from Chicago is they don't want it to be worse than 8-1. Really, they're taking the air out of the ball. You would think that it was almost a tie game right now, that they wouldn't be down 7.
Bozak defending. More time that ticks off this fourth quarter clock, the better for the Crunch. 8-1. They don't care if their goals per game average goes down. Derizic on the run, one-on-one. Hernan Garcia comes from behind, and he will get a blue card. And now Derizic comes in. That's not what you want from one of your leaders on this team, as he had words, but also some physical back and forth between him and Garcia. He did not like the way that Garcia came, and a red card will be shown. That might be on Derizic.
It could be. I think Mikey threw a jab that time.
His hand went to the face of Garcia, Hernan Garcia, who came all the way back. He did get the ball, but he swiped through the legs before he got the ball.
Oh, he nailed him back.
So wisely, a blue card came out, and now Morales is having words with the officials. Either a coach or a leader on one of these teams has got to get both of their. It's you don't want to see this from either team. Head coach Antonio Manfoot and Gamboa, head coach Gamboa from the Mustangs. Neither one of them want to see this type of reaction from their players in this. Yes, it's a physical game, it's a competitive game, but this is not how you respond.
Well, Dave Jordan has his Crunch players. They're chatting with them. He actually was chatting to the Mustang players too. Cooler heads will prevail, but there was some hot action there, and yeah, Chicago player being escorted off.
So Chicago player ushered off. That is Garcia for the blue card.
And Morales was still chirping away, though.
And the officials are still trying to get word as they work through things. Teams will go back to their bench to talk to their head coaches, and we will let you know that AmeriCab is the official transportation company of the Cleveland Crunch. From airport trips and transportation, or airport trips and special events like weddings to birthdays, to emergency medical, non-medical transportation, AmeriCab has you covered. Call 216-881-1111. That's 216-881-1111, or book online today. AmeriCab, affordable travel anytime.
Mikey was steamrolled, no doubt about it. That was too physical a play for a play of indoor soccer. He's got to keep his composure, though, although you got to be thinking, you know what, I've been in this league for a while. I've got more left in me. I don't want this guy taking my legs out.
So the Crunch fans are singing goodbye to somebody. Still trying to get all situated. There's 11 minutes left on the fourth quarter clock, 8-1 Crunch. And there is a lot to sort through for these officials. One has a yellow card in there. They are sending a Mustangs player completely out. I believe a red card was also shown, and disqualification from the match to Mikey Derazic for his action. Yellow card to the bench. Everybody's barking. Officials can't get anything under control. The fans are frustrated. Teams that want to get back going are frustrated. Blue card schedules are being shown from the fans. It's all over the place right now.
Oh, no, and Morales tripping. Now, Wierzniak gets in there. He's going to town with them.
You're getting everything you could ask for on the MLIS Pro TV YouTube channel, Rock Entertainment Sports Network, on their first game with the Crunch, WKYC Plus, and, of course, audio. You're only listening to the audio. I'm trying to describe it as best as I can.
It was mayhem.
It's mayhem.
It was a full-out bull bum rush out there. Player, really, the only physicality was with Duracic and the player that undercut him. But the bottom line is, yeah, players were going to town.
And now,
verbally.
Someone's got to get Derazic back to where he was with because now there's altercation could be spewing on the bench. Fans are getting up. Derazic is upset. Bobby Chanchar had him all the way back at the locker room doors, and he has come all the way back out to the bench, and he is having words with everybody. Derazic is just throwing like every single word you could possibly give that nobody can say on these airwaves.
Well, Batumwa has him in a bear hug, and
now more cards are being shown. I don't know if we're ever going to get back to a soccer match right now, because there is card after card after card. I hope, like my son, my 2-year-old son at home, anybody that has a toddler, this would be a good time to teach them their colors, because you're getting the full rainbow right now.
Multiple blue cards being pulled up. You know, I will say this. For as hard and clean as this game was, that was not a very good play on Duracic to take his legs out for him. Almost like a roll block. You know, that's a 15-yard penalty in football if you're chopping somebody.
Let's head down to Gianluca Di Giacomo, who I know is as close as he can be. But stay out of the mayhem, yeah. Gianluca.
No, Gianluca's ready to get in there. That's one tough character.
Let us know what you see down there.
I'm seeing basically what you guys are seeing. I mean, you know, I looked down for 1 second after that tackle on Mikey Derazic, and he went down, came up with blood on his forehead and a red card to his name, but I believe that red card is for Gamboa, although it's a little hard to tell because the official hasn't not put his arm down from that red card since. I'll try to get you guys as updated as I can.
We appreciate Gianluca, but stay safe down there as some of the
mayhem spills over.
There's another red card being shown. I don't know, man. Like this is more mayhem than I've ever seen in an indoor soccer match. I know that people that have watched games in the past have probably seen stuff like this, but this is where you want the play on the field to be the story. You don't want, as either team, as your head coach, you don't want either team to have this as the story heading out. So everybody's trying to get cooler, calmer heads. All 4 officials are down right below us having a conversation. We'll get you as many details as we possibly can. Good time to also thank, again, Metro Health. Let's thank Metro Health, one of the great.
We may need Metro Health out there. There's some punches being thrown, although he came close to that on the sideline.
Metro Health, one of the great medical institutions we have here in Northeast Ohio. Metro Health Sports Medicine knows athletes can't afford to sit on the sideline. That's why they're here to help you avoid injuries. With these tips, please pay attention. Ease into new activities gradually. I needed to listen to that when I was coming up playing soccer. I tried to come back from injuries way too fast, and hurt myself even more. Stretch before and after workouts. Very, very important. Stay hydrated and mix up your routines. Rest if you feel pain. If injury strikes, trust Metro Health to get you back in the game. Call 216-95-SPORT. That's 216-95-SPORT. Or visit metrohealth.org/sportsmedicine. Metro Health Sports Medicine, where the pros go.
That last red card was on Coach Gamboa of Chicago. And you talked about keeping the play on the field. That actually was what triggered everything. Well, Mikey Darris, like I said, got chop blocked basically as he was steaming towards the goal.
Well, we'll be on the air with WKYC Plus until 10 o'clock tonight. We'll see, we'll make sure we get the match finished before then. But we will have a lot to recap. We will have plenty of material to fill with, even though this is not what you want to see. Officials going from huddle back to huddle with themselves, back to the benches. There's people arguing on the benches. There's yellow cards, blue cards, red cards. All the cards you can possibly get.
The rainbow today, baby.
The rainbow is absolutely out and about, as we need Miss Rachel, for all the kids out there, to sing their rainbow song, just to let all calm and cool heads prevail.
And all the kids here are waving their blue cards at the Chicago Mustangs.
It's everything right now, and this is an absolute scene. It is one thing to call it, but again, I know the messages from both coaching staffs has to be, there is 11 minutes still left. We cannot cause ourselves to have our players miss any sort of games, miss any sort of action. Don't cause yourself to miss opportunities to be out there with your teammates and cost opportunities to continue this successful season. I mean, the Mustangs come in at 2-2. Right now, if they don't come back in this one, they would fall to 2-3, but time still left, and this game is very crazy. 7 goals seems like a lot. Not in the indoor game. I'm telling you that right now. A run could start, that's for sure. But if they don't come back, you don't want guys not being able to play in their next matches because they don't want a season like they had last year, ending at 4-8. This is supposed to be a playoff team every single year, and that's the standard they want to get back to this year.
Well, with the net body, when you want to start in the back with Resendez, it definitely is. They have hard-nosed players. They have good defensive players. Offensively, they've been on a standstill today, but it's not so much as them. It's on the defense of the crunch. 5 players back on defense at all times, even your forwards, even your middies. The crunch is just playing great indoor soccer. Hernan Garcia camped out in the sin bin for Chicago, having a nice conversation with the official in there.
Well, we do have people at home getting involved with what we're talking about, though, too. Munch, as my wife checks in and says that you said rainbow, she started singing the Miss Rachel Rainbow song.
Bingo.
And right as she started singing, I mentioned that it all ties
it's all
together.
the family, baby. That's what indoor soccer does for you.
As you can see us up here in the booth, I am Kevin Arnold. He is Mark Munch Bishop, up here for MLIS Pro TV YouTube channel, Rock Entertainment Sports Network, WKYC Plus audio on WOBL Radio, 107.7 FM, 1320 AM. Players coming over to the boxes.
3 players now for Chicago in the sin bin.
We'll get you those here in a second, but of course the audio is brought to you by Great Lakes Honda West in Elyria. Them jumping on as a partner this year. They're getting all they can handle as well from this first match. Sujovic will be over this penalty kick. He's already scored 1 in that fashion. He will look for his second. And I know we already saw Hernan Garcia go in because he was the one that got the blue card. I also saw
Nova is in there.
So Nava is in there, and Brian Munguia. I thought I saw number 16.
And Davalos is in for
Rafael
the crunch.
Davalos is in there. Am I missing anybody?
And are they having a pizza party in there? That's what I want to know.
As I look over at the bench, I think that they got Derizic back to the locker room. Anybody shown a red card, I believe, has been vacated from the premises. And now communication between Sujovic and the officials. 11 minutes still left. I feel like we've done 11 minutes of just this play just being stopped right here, trying to keep everybody going.
But Admir's going to get a free kick here, my friend.
According to sources, we're getting some of the information here as Corbin Williams is down by the bench where all these players are. So reds were given to, it looks like, Alejandro Morales, so he is gone. And Gabriel Uno, he is gone. Chicago head coach He is gone. Alejandro Gamboa is gone. And Mikey Derazic was the one red card from the crunch. So all of those parties are gone. We get back underway. It looks like we're going to be 4-on-4 right now. Suljevic, hesitation, and Resendez, great defense there. He saw that hesitation earlier, learned his lesson, but we will be, I think, actually it's 4-on-3.
Yes, it is.
So with all the cards out there, it is 4-on-3. It's still a power play
4
for the crunch.
3 for Chicago.
10:41 to go. Trying to get everything back on the same page. Bozak across to Suljevic. Great sliding. Stop there. I think that was Wozniak.
Yes, it was. He played a great game today.
So people will be, anybody shown a blue card will be able to come back at the 9-minute mark. If you're shown a yellow card, you'll come back at the 6-minute mark. Bozak with a shot off the wall. Too hard. Piwu wins it back. And now looks like Wozniak trying to go one-on-one, but did go through the body of Jordan and even took a shot at the end. It was well past McIntosh, and that still went off the board, so no goal would have been scored in that one-on-one opportunity.
He just wanted to stretch those legs out a little bit. Dave Jordan getting some help to get up from Admir.
I'm going to give you every single piece of action that we got that's going on, whether it's during play or after play, because now we're seeing that we have to call a lot else that is going on in this match. A lot has happened. You got 4 red cards total, 3 for the Mustangs, 1 for the crunch. Derazic was absolutely hot. It all started from a tackle from behind by Hernan Garcia, who was shown a blue card. He did get the ball, but first he slid from behind. And anytime you go from behind, Munch, you're going to get a foul called on you because you have to slide through the person's legs.
It's not a clean play, okay? Let's put it that way.
So that all started there. Then Derazic got up, had an altercation with Garcia, got too physical, was shown a red card, and then everything went from there. Bozak trying to find Piwu, then was trying to maybe find Suljevic, not on the same page. 9:50 to go, 50 seconds left in this power play. We'll see how many players come back if we get to full strength at all.
Admir's going to run the point now.
Jordan from Suljevic. Suljevic will fade off to the far side. 35 seconds left in the power play. Jordan to Suljevic. Suljevic sees a defender in front of him. 9:26 to go. Jordan just wide, goes for a low left-footed shot. That goes out of play, and it'll be the Mustangs' ball, 9:21. They can kill off most of the rest of this. But again, we wait to see who comes out of that box and who stays in. There's a lot to sort through, and we'll get that figured out as we go.
You know, the more I watch Admir, and indoor soccer fans will know the name, I see a lot of Zoran Karic in him. Just the little things he does. They're so magical and mystical and skillful.
Jordan collects 9:08. So depending on if they can get a quick shot or not, we'll see who comes out of that box here at the 9-minute mark. Door opens. We go 4-on-4 as Hernan Garcia is the one to come out of the box first. So it's 4-on-4 still, 1 player down for each team. We're even strength though with the numbers.
But Bozak brilliant that time, chesting the ball to keep the crunch attack on the
Keeping the eyes on the officials as they keep their hand on the latch of the door, of the penalty box door. Minnick across goal. Piwu just got too much under it, then goes for the header, but that one skims off his head. And here comes McIntosh out of his box. What a great read. Dario Gamboa had an opportunity. McIntosh, Johnny on the spot, shot from Suljevic, defended by Resendez. Suljevic over to Minnick. Here comes Najjar, still 4-on-4. Suljevic with a shot, a save, up and out of play.
Boy, Resendez, both hands on there, pushing the ball away from the front of the net, which you need to do. And that's exactly what he did.
Got people texting in saying this is the craziest soccer match they've ever seen. Well, if you're not into the sport, get into it now because you get this almost every single night. Oh my goodness.
I'm going on my 32nd year, and this is the craziest one I've ever seen.
Timeout will be called as the Crunch will have a corner kick down on the far side of the field. I'm Kevin Arnold. He is Mark Munch Bishop. Gianluca Di Giacomo. Let's head down to Gianluca right now during this quick little timeout. See what kind of information he may have other than what we had on some of the cards shown throughout that spell of chaos.
Yeah, guys, well, so far no additional details other than the fact that we got 4 red cards for the Chicago Mustangs, 1 red card for the Cleveland Crunch, but don't have any much more information than that. Things have fortunately settled down a little bit, but one of the bigger things to mention is, to spin away from all the negativity, the defensive performance from this team. Only 9 goals conceded through 3 games. We still got 8 minutes to go, but the defense of this team is really carrying us a long way because the Mustangs have not had a shortage of chances on their part either. So, just the way that the Crunch are playing, adapting to a bigger playing surface, and just pushing through all of the ups and downs this game has had to offer.
Thank you, Gianluca, down there on the sidelines for us. One of the only places throughout the league you're going to get that sideline reporting. It's going to be right here with the Cleveland Crunch and our great team covering this team. 8:05 to go in the 4th quarter. Crunch lead 8-1. We've had goals. We've had chaos.
Mayhem.
We've had cards. We've had mayhem. Everything you could ask for, we have had here tonight. And I think Gianluca brought up a great point there about the defensive effort from the Crunch tonight. I think we talked about it a little bit. It's not just the defenders that are doing it either. Everybody is selling out, putting their body on the line.
Goal mouth to goal mouth, yes.
Because that's what it means. That's how important each and every single game is. Sujovic will get us back underway. 8:05, leading 8-1 for the Crunch. In the corner, looking for Jordan with the left foot. That one skims past the far post over to Sveko. Crunch have 4.
Mustangs also with 4.
Well, and here comes another Crunch Mustangs player. Shot from Jordan deep. Sujovic couldn't corral that one. It is Eduardo Nava who comes out of the box.
So 5-on-4 now. 5 for the Mustangs, 4 for the Crunch.
So they'll go on a power play, it appears.
The Crunch are at 5-on-5, so it's 5v5.
All right, now we're even strength. Back to the original amount for both teams. Gerardo gets defended by Najar, and Jordan comes to clean up the mess.
And Sveko does a great job, too, jumping in front of Leon McIntosh.
Sveko's one of those guys, he's not going to blow up the stat sheet, but he is going to be everywhere around the ball. He is going to do things the right way. He may not start for the team, but he is as integral a part as anybody on that bench, and they are so glad to have Chris Sveko back for this season as well.
You're seeing the skills of the Crunch there. Not only are they killing the clock, they're frustrating the Chicago Mustangs. The Crunch don't need to score. If there's a shot to take, they'll take it. But right now, they're just playing flawless indoor soccer.
Kuhn over to Najars. They play back and forth, side to side of the pitch. Now up to Piwu. Makes a turn. Good defense on the Mustangs along that wall by Christopher Garcia. Keep checking what is the first name, because I know they're all I know the Garcias. I just want to make sure we get the right ones. Here comes Gabriel Gerardo. He's been all over the pitch tonight, just hasn't seen that ball go in the back of the net.
Defense, you talk about defense? Try to heel pass it. Boy, Crunch defense right there.
Bobby Chanchar came off at his man to defend Gerardo and defend that pass. Kuhn up to Nagy, 2 rookies on the pitch right now for the Crunch. Being trusted in crunch time.
And could you tell they're rookies? Absolutely not.
6:07 now. Crunch continue to defend. Kuhn trying to clear his lines. Nagy along the far boards. Good high press there. That is Filyan. Filyan trying to pass off the wall to himself. Sveko against Gerardo. Gerardo wins the battle for now.
But Sveko won't back down, though.
He'll turn back. That one goes off the back of the head of Bobby Chanchar. He gives the Mutombo.
Yeah.
the Dikembe Mutombo finger wag.
Yeah, get that weak stuff out of here.
That one, a block off of Nagy.
The Mustangs are getting off shots, but they're not good shots. They've got a defender right in their fence.
5:29 now. 5:26, 4th quarter. 8-1. Crunch looking to go to 3-0 to start the year. Even through the craziness, just wanting to keep stacking wins, being that standard here in the league that everyone has to contend with.
Boy, McIntosh guarding the post to his right and popped that out with his left leg.
Killian, some good moves along the boards, trying to get around Kuhn and Sveko. He'll find Zelenovic to Gerardo. That one clangs off the side of his foot. Here comes Nagy with Minnick. It's only 2-on-3. Wisely holds it up, and Gerardo takes them down. There's no whistle, so we play on. Kuhn, 1-on-1, over to Minnick. Tries to get around Zelenovic, Resendez. Davalos with a fake. Try to go far post. Good block.
But Kuhn needed to just tee that one off a split second quicker.
Just about to say, probably want to see, again, a quicker decision. If there's anything to take coaching-wise out of this one for the Crunch, some of those being too unselfish. There is a possibility of being too unselfish in the sport of soccer. Sometimes just take the opportunity when it presents itself because you don't know when that next one's going to come.
4:29, Crunch 8, Mustangs 1. Mustangs scored 47 seconds into the second quarter, and that was it. They're going on almost 45 minutes without a goal.
It looks like another blue card has come out again, and it'll be a foul on the Mustangs. I saw a blue card. There's still 5 Mustangs on the pitch. I think Brendan Swan's coming over to get a clarification as well. 4:29 to go. 8-1. Suljevic will have penalty
one for
opportunity.
2 here on the evening. You know he wants to be on the plus side of that ledger.
So as they say, the rubber match may commence. So I thought I saw a card given, but I guess none actually, just a indication from the official of a penalty kick. Resendez against Suljevic. Suljevic wins the battle. Suljevic puts it home again. That's 2 goals on the day. That's 12 now on the season. Celebrating with his captain, Dave Jordan. 4:25 to go, 9-1. And even the Cleveland fans see their team well in front and showing their support as only Cleveland fans can.
Admir showing how special he is. Gets the penalty kick and gets the 9th Cleveland Crunch goal!
So 4:25 to go.
I think Dancing Dan is tired. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, behind the goal that the Crunch are defending now, Dan Cullen has been sitting there since the early 90s as a season ticket holder, and he's back with the Crunch in this facility.
Yeah, he said, 9-1, I feel good. do a little shoulder shimmy in my seat. I don't need to get up and dance.
Come on, Cullen.
Everybody's seen my moves today. That one deflected off of Davalos, out of play, and it'll be a restart for the Mustangs.
You want to talk about something emotional? There will be games as we go on here that he'll have youngsters with them doing the dance after goals.
Goalkeeper change for the Mustangs. They'll bring in their backup goalkeeper for the final 3:56. Dennis Luis Aragon will be in goal for the Mustangs. No official action, or at least stat action just yet for Aragon, but has come in relief this season. That is saved by McIntosh. He was ready to save again. His defenders are there to help him out. Oh my goodness, everybody is on point tonight for the Crunch. Davalos to Mutemwa against Aragon. Now he'll back it out, looking for a runner coming through the middle. He'll see 2 defenders. Mutemwa tries to defend. Swan keeps it in play.
Boy, Aragon keeps pushing it against that wall, and there are Crunch players there.
Aragon, excuse me if I mispronounce. But here comes Gamboa, and McIntosh slides across and gets the kick save.
And boy, immediately, Omar Najar goes over to give him 5. So does Brendan Swan. That was magnificent. The net minding here has been just world famous. It's been sensational.
That's 16 saves coming in. We've already seen 3 or 4 spectacular ones since he's come here in the fourth quarter. 3 minutes to go in the match. 2:57, ticking fourth quarter clock. 9-1 Cleveland, well in control. Mustangs continue to play. They got to make sure that goal differential is well within range. If any tiebreakers exist, you got to have that goal differential. Just like you see now, and I know people debate about it, but the NBA Cup, guys continue to play. Even if they're up 30, your starters continue to play because that point differential is so important. And soccer has always been one of the sports where it's been the most important in tiebreaker scenarios.
Interesting nuances in the game, especially in indoor soccer, staying right with in the forefront of innovation.
2:17 now on that fourth quarter clock. Suljevic gave chase, but here come the Mustangs. It'll go over to Nava. Nava off the wall. Roberto is there. Jacob Roberto Nava stays with it against Swan. Swan trying to clear his line only as far as Dario Gamboa.
And Dave Jordan, the captain, still out there directing the defense, making sure that nothing slithers by him.
As I know the crowd is still here because they get a chance to meet and greet the players after such a great family atmosphere, and you get up close action and interaction with these players. They love it. They did it as kids. Now they get to be that team that gets to do it with this next generation. And I know a lot of the young fans and families are still here for that reason. Sujovic, touch with his right, trying to find Roberto. Swan slots it, just missed. Sujovic way out of play.
Chances there to get in the back of the net to get double digits. 1:23 left. Crunch up 9-1. But that just shows the Crunch team, if there's an opportunity, they're going to take it.
I believe there was a late great call of just a bit outside that ties to Cleveland sports history. And that one, well, the sarcastic version of it, multiply that by 10 with where that shot ended up. I can give him a hard time because we were fellow graduates, 2009 at Wycliffe. So Sujovic, you know. Shot coming in from Kuhn. That one gets saved. 1:04 left in the match.
Aragon, great save that time, getting the legs out, just kicks it away.
Crunch continue to play too, because as we talked about goal differential, they want to keep theirs going. They had a plus 97 in goal differential last season. They were already up to plus 27.
They're going to be plus 35 when this one ends today, my friend.
As they are up 8 right now, fans are getting on their feet. Final seconds starting to tick away. 36 seconds
Ryan
now.
Minnick's become a cheerleader on the bench, telling the fans, hey, get up, get up.
Got to give credit to the Mustangs. They continue that high press. McIntosh, errant pass there. You want to see your team finish it the right way. Mustangs, you got to give them credit for finishing the right way as well, and that's going to go a long way this season for them. Shot saved, may have been off of Kuhn and McIntosh, so now he'll send it to Sujovic, who's one-on-one with Aragon. He's got Piwu. Piwu will finish! Double-digit goals again for the Crunch. Sujovic saw Piwu coming down. 6.7 seconds to go, and it is an absolute party in the Wolstein Center.
Have you seen a pretty as a goal? We're saying that every goal the Crunch are scoring, that was just beautiful. Sujovic knew he had a shot. He saw P was streaking, get the sure shot that time. It's like taking the layup. And you know what? That's the 10th Cleveland Crunch. Goal!
And now a yellow card possibly for celebration or barking shown to the Crunch bench. And it gives me a second as we finish this game out to thank Cardinal Credit Union. They did their job on the pitch. I better do my job up here in the broadcast booth. From auto loans to mortgages, checkings to savings, Cardinal Credit Union offers a full range of financial products designed around one simple belief: people helping people. As a not-for-profit member, absolutely, people helping people. I think they did that in Fred Claus too. I think it was People Helping People charity. But this is for real with Cardinal Credit Union.
They're good people, yeah.
As a not-for-profit member-owned credit union, Cardinal puts members first every day. That's why Cardinal Credit Union is proud to be the official credit union and title sponsor of the Cleveland Crunch. Learn more about how Cardinal can help brighten your financial future. Last seconds ticking off here. Let's Go Crunch rings out in the place it should ring out. What a crowd, what a game. And what a performance you saw from the home team, the Cleveland Crunch, as they go to 3-0 on the season. Their goal differential now at plus 36 on the season.
With that last goal, yes.
With that last goal, and that's why, yes, the starters were still out there. So, you know, I know that certain sports, there's good sportsmanship, but the Mustangs would do the same if they had that opportunity, as they were trying to get that goal differential down as well. Clock hits 000. Your final score here tonight, the Cleveland Crunch win 10-1 over the Chicago Mustangs. Their 11th win over this team in 12 beatings over the last 6 seasons. Ryan Minnick and the entire team showing appreciation to the crowd as they show their appreciation to them. If you weren't out here and you missed this, you got 5 more chances. Get to theclevelandcrunch.com. I don't care if we have less people watching on the streams or wherever they're listening. I want Cleveland here
You need
in
to be
the
here.
Wolstein Center.
Unbelievable value, unbelievable activity, unbelievable action for the kids, for you. Make it a date night, a date afternoon. This is a perfect place to be. You want to see athletes that care. You want to see owners not moving their team out of downtown, but into downtown to support the city. That's what you have going on with the Cleveland Crunch.
So as the Crunch celebrate, I know we'll have a man of the match. We'll also have a warrior of the match this year, a new post-match award. We will get you all of that coming up in the post-game. Of course, we will be with you on WKYC Plus until 10 o'clock tonight. Other avenues may dip out a little bit early, but we thank everybody watching on the MLIS Pro TV YouTube channel and, of course, on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network channel. We will hit a quick break, and then we'll head it down to Gianluca Di Giacomo and all of our post-game coverage and conversation coming up next right here on the Cleveland Crunch video and audio networks.
At Apex Skin, we drive every patient experience and commitment, collaborate with purpose, and deliver excellence, providing care that's compassionate, connected, and centered around you. Trusted care every step of the way.
Craving burritos, tacos, or quesadillas? We've got you covered. Made to order. Every single time.
At Cardinal Credit Union, we're more than just a place to bank. We're on your team. We're local and proud to put Cleveland families first. And now, anyone can join. Cardinals for Cleveland and for parents. With their first debit card, kids learn smart money habits and parents stay in control with real-time supervision. Chores like walking the dog turn into real rewards. Parents lead, kids earn, and everyone scores. Join online or visit our branches and discover the Cardinal difference. Cardinal Credit Union. People helping people.
Built on service, driven by integrity, trusted through compassion. They serve, we honor. They commit, we care. They sacrifice, we heal. At Apex Skin, a veteran-owned practice, we proudly give back to those that gave so much by offering free scar revisions through our Purple Heart Project. Trusted care for every journey. Visit apexskin.com/care to schedule your appointment today.
Authentic Mexican flavor, made fresh from scratch. Every ingredient prepared with real Mexican tradition. Your bowl, your rules. Visit us at one of our Cleveland locations.
Welcome back inside the Wolstein Center on the campus of Cleveland State University. This is your post-game coverage of a thrilling home opener win for the Cleveland Crunch as they beat the Chicago Mustangs 10-1 tonight. I am Kevin Earl. He is Mark Munch Bishop, and we head down to the pitch to talk with Gianluca Di Giacomo, who has somehow grabbed Aiden Bozak, who was avoiding Mustangs defenders all night long, but he is your man of the match.
Thank you so much, fellas. We're here with Aiden Bozak. Aiden, first of all, congratulations on a big win tonight. How do you feel that you guys came out in front of your home supporters for the first time this season?
It was great, man. We couldn't have asked for something better. You know, the crowd was absolutely awesome. Every time we scored, every time, you know, something went against the other team, they were cheering for us as well. Yeah, we couldn't ask for much more, man. It was awesome.
Of course, and you know, you're not a dead set defender on this team, but you got to marvel in the fact only 9 goals conceded through the first 3 games. What's been the key tactically and morally for you guys to keep such a really clean defensive record this season?
Work, man. You know, work, and you know, the reality is these guys that we're playing with right now, you know, the core group, they're getting older, right? So we take every single game, every single possession, you know. You never know when it's going to be our last, right? So we work hard, we work our butts off for each other, and that's really the main thing, you know.
And to close out, you guys got Bridge City next weekend, one of the most promising expansion teams this season. What's the morale and the mentality heading into that?
Came off a good win, you know. We're just going to keep doing the same thing, you know. That's it.
Thanks, Aiden. Appreciate you, man. Yep.
Thank you so much, Gianluca Di Giacomo and Aiden Bozak, your man of the match, had a goal tonight, had a couple of assists. He was everywhere, and like we said, Munch, I mean, he was definitely avoiding defenders. So the fact that Gianluca caught up with him, I mean, telling you the type of work that Gianluca is doing down there on the sideline for us.
And when you see a player like Aiden Bozak, you standing next to him, you know what? He is slight of physical stature, but no, not inside any way, shape, or form. He has a heart the size of the state of Ohio, and the way that young man plays, like you said, fearless, giving up his body to make plays when needed, and also showing his skill with the assists. And you know what? He tickled the twines too tonight.
And we will head back down to Gianluca Di Giacomo before we do that. A new award this year, the Warrior of the Match. Someone that we talked about. I mean, the whole team could have been Warrior of the Match tonight, putting their bodies on the line, sliding, getting the turf burns, everything like that. But one guy that we kept saying, the name we kept saying, and I've had a chance to talk to this guy. He is absolutely a star in the making, if not already. Omar Najjar, a defender for the Crunch. He is down there with Gianluca Di Giacomo.
Thanks, fellas. Once again, we're here with our Warrior of the Game and our Childhood Cancer Warrior of the Game, presented by Metal Stacks Independent Distributor. Here we have our plaques and our awards. We have Bryson here with us. We have Omar Najjar with us. Fellas, thank you so much for joining us. A great award for strength and survival on and off the pitch, folks. Thank you so much. We'll kick it back up to you guys.
Thank you so much there, Gianluca, Omar Najjar, and, of course, Warrior of the Match being brought to you. It's Childhood Cancer's Warrior of the Match. And, I mean, you already know that, I mean, you see awards being given out not just to Omar, but, one of the many kids that unfortunately deal with childhood cancer and things like that. And we're all trying to put through efforts all the different angles that we possibly can of, trying to find ways to cut cancer out of the lexicon, but unfortunately it's still there, and it's great to see the Crunch kind of honoring that here tonight.
I don't mind sharing, my wife is a survivor, and I get emotional and teary-eyed talking about it, but one thing she has said, even when she was going through all her treatment, is that this should not happen to kids. She was that fearless, but that selfless, and she was exactly right on that. So please, we'll continue fighting in any way, shape, or form that we can, and we ask you to help with us too.
And, of course, you'll be able to watch on YouTube and on social media. Andrew Hagenbaugh is actually here as part of the Let's Go Crunch podcast that they started with Ethan Greenberg, who we met his dad here tonight. Ethan in Virginia, and Andrew here in the local Northeast Ohio area. Those two host the Let's Go Crunch podcast, your weekly kind of there's a couple of podcasts. That's one of them for your weekly updates on this team. And I know that as the week goes, they'll talk about that matchup against Bridge City going to the city of Pittsburgh. I'm going to be very, very professional about that.
You know, I actually think Pittsburgh's a very pretty city. It's hard to get around.
Yes.
Well, with the rivers and the hills and that. But you know what? Let's take it to them.
Let's take it to them as they will go on the road. So we'll get into that in a little bit, but you'll be able to hear the interview with Omar Najjar on the Let's Go Crunch podcast, as well as they filmed down there on the field. Fans are getting autographs and things like that. Players want to hang around. They want to show their appreciation. And Munch, I mean, before we get into what this match was like, I mean, I know we did this in the playoffs last year, but we get to be a little more biased than normal. You know, I try to give as much to the other team as possible because there's only one broadcast crew for both teams.
We shouted out their netminder repeatedly today. He was brilliant, and the team stayed in shape pretty much. They were a very, very good team. Things degenerated, though, as the game went on.
Yeah, but I think, now that it's fully official and it's a full season worth, Crunch Soccer's back where it's supposed to be, right here in the heart of downtown Cleveland. Just your emotions, your feelings on that, being the guy that called those games when it was here originally and calling it from the start, and now seeing it back with this iteration of this organization, just where you're at with all of that.
Well, number one, pulling into that loading dock area, the ramp behind the building, that's when the goosebumps were starting, as I had my turn signal on, pulling down there and coming through the door. Again, professional indoor soccer is a game like very few others. I'll never forget, and this is going to get more emotion today, is that the late, great Danny Coughlin got him to come out in my first season calling games, which was 93, 94. After one of the games, he pulled me aside. He goes, Munch, these guys are basically wearing T-shirts and shorts, and they're knocking the bejeebers out of each other. I like this game, but he also liked the skill that's involved. You want physicality, you're going to have it. Anytime you have boards, you're going to have physicality. Anytime you have breakaways, you're going to have physicality. But the skills we saw today, too, for a player to do what they do on a full-out run or to put a pass off the board, another player overlapping, going around him and heading towards the goal to get that ball, it makes it so special. But again, the game belongs downtown. Professional sports in Cleveland belong downtown, and the Crunch are living proof of that.
We'll continue this conversation on the other side. The Crunch win 10-1. We do need to say goodbye to our Rock Entertainment Sports Network fans that are watching us here tonight. We thank them for partnering with the Crunch, bringing Crunch in and helping to spread the outreach of the Crunch, getting the word out there, because if you are watching on Rock Entertainment Sports Network, just know, if you want to get out here for a game, there's 5 more home games, theclevelandcrunch.com. That's the best place to go. Get your tickets. Get out here, be a part of this crowd, because I have a feeling it's only going to get bigger because of what we created here tonight. We will take a quick break, and we thank all people over at Rock Entertainment Sports Network and everyone watching there right here for the Crunch winning 10-1 against the Chicago Mustangs.
Built on service, driven by integrity, trusted through compassion. They serve, we honor. They commit, we care. They sacrifice, we heal. At Apex Skin, a veteran-owned practice, we proudly give back to those that gave so much by offering free scar revisions through our Purple Heart Project. Trusted care for every journey. Visit apexskin.com/care to schedule your appointment today.
Real ingredients, real tradition. Crazy corn, full flavor, every bite. Trust me, you want this.
At Cardinal Credit Union, we're more than just a place to bank. We're on your team. We're local and proud to put Cleveland families first. And now, anyone can join. Cardinals for Cleveland and for parents. With their first debit card, kids learn smart money habits and parents stay in control with real-time supervision. Chores like walking the dog turn into real rewards. Parents lead, kids earn, and everyone scores. Join online or visit our branches and discover the Cardinal difference. Cardinal Credit Union. People helping people.
At Apex Skin, we drive every patient experience and commitment, collaborate with purpose, and deliver excellence, providing care that's compassionate, connected, and centered around you. Trusted care every step of the way.
Freshly chopped, perfectly topped. Fresh chips, creamy queso. Feeling thirsty? Try one of our signature drinks. Mexican classics? Always.
Welcome back to the Wolstein Center at Cleveland State University. Your Crunch win, the Cleveland Crunch win tonight in MLIS action. 10-1 over the Chicago Mustangs. I'm Kevin Earl. He is Mark Munch-Bishop, the original voice. We've also been joined by Gianluca Di Giacomo. We'll get to the names of our entire crew before we sign off, because we can't do this alone. There's an entire crew Amen. That is all a part of this, and so it'll be we'll go through all of that. We were kind of touching on it, and we welcome everyone that was still watching on the MLIS Pro TV YouTube channel. WKYC Plus will be on until 10 o'clock tonight. If you are still listening in Lorain County Radio, WOBL Radio, that is, Lorain County Country, 107.7 FM, 1320 AM. They're playing the 90s and today country since 1971. They've been doing that and part of the community, and we thank them for continuing to spread the game out to as many people as we possibly can, and that is all thanks to Great Lakes Honda West in Elyria, so thanks to those people as well. We went to break, Munch, kind of talking about like soccer being back here in downtown Cleveland officially. Yes, we got a taste of it with the playoffs last year, but it was a neutral site, and I put neutral in quotation.
Because it was the league.
Because it was the league.
The league tournament.
It was a league-run thing, but now, you know, it's fully Crunch taking over the Wolstein Center like they should be. And, I mean, I know you talked about your memories. Look, I mean, this is the place.
You came here as a kid with the family, correct?
This is where I fell in love with the sport.
Bingo,
of soccer.
baby.
You know, growing up, I know a lot of people have the same kind of story. Like early on, like we didn't have a lot of money to always get to Cavs games or Browns games or even Indians games at the time.
You just summed something up, though. This is affordable family fun. This is affordable. Dudes coming out, gals coming out for a night out, mom and dad, grandma and grandpa. Everybody is comfortable here. Everybody is welcome here. And what you saw today or what you heard today is just the tip of the iceberg, because it gets, just when you think it can't get more exciting, it happens.
It happens. It absolutely happens. And, you know, I was a kid. I'm honestly like a few feet away from where I used to sit, because I know this was kind of the angle that I had watching those games, and to have this back and to have even like the humble honor of being the person alongside you that used to call them to call the game. You know, it means a lot. I know it means a lot to the players. It means a lot to the fans that were fans originally, and now they get to show the new generations what this absolutely means. You still got Bobby Chanchar out there getting his post-match workout in.
I'm smiling. Bobby is flying up and down the pitch. Now he's going from one end to the other backwards to stretch out so nothing can get tightened up in those legs. Just amazing, his dedication to this game. And you saw that today during the actual play.
And the actual play, of course, leads to a 10-1 win. And I know we're going to run some of the highlights here for those still watching on WKYC Plus and on the YouTube channel for MLIS Pro TV. So as those kind of run here, and we're kind of looking here, as you just saw a team that was, like I said, 3 games in, they're in midseason form.
Just unbelievable, flawless, doing little things that lead to 10-1 victories. An extra pass, but if you have a shot, you have to take that shot. Following your shot, other players following the shots, overlapping. In fact, if a guy has the ball, you come around him one way or the other to get open. The heel flicks off the walls of somebody cutting into the box. It's just unbelievable. And also on defense, one man with the ball for Chicago, 2 crunch defenders on him. And somehow, when that pass is made, there's 2 crunch defenders on the next Chicago player, too. Just unbelievable, the action, the intensity, the defense, offense, and just hustle we saw from the crunch players today.
And as you watch what's on the screen right now, I mean, it's guys that are backing each other up. It's something as simple as, you know, if someone gets beat, someone else is there to help, and all those things. And if you go back to the first half, you know, you just look at it and you score 3 goals in each quarter, and it felt like the Crunch were still taking a little time. As you see the goal there, the one goal that the Mustangs were able to get in this match tonight. I believe that was Dario Gamboa.
Yeah, it was Gamboa 47 seconds into the second. And that time it was 3-1. You start thinking, you know what? Boy, please, guys, don't rest on that lead. And you know what? They did not rest on that lead.
And we just saw Musa with one of his great kick saves tonight. I mean, he was standing on his head, as they say, as a goalkeeper in that goal mount. More of these will run. Admir Suljevic a little hezzy with one of his 2 penalty kick goals here tonight. He goes to 12 goals on the season. Just continues to add to that MVP like resume. You know, and of course Derizic here was on the spot. Bozak off the wall, and there's Omar Najjar, and that was one of those goals there in that first half, and beautiful play. It's a team that wants to play for each other, and I think that is so important.
And you know what? Not a single player on this team is thinking about his goal, his stats, what he can do. You know what they're thinking about? Winning the game, the Cleveland Crunch winning the game, not me winning the game. Admir is so brilliant at what he does. Is that, what can you say, 3 games in? Looks like he's steaming towards another MVP, but there's a lot of indoor soccer left to be played. But the bottom line is the Crunch doing little things that up to big things, and the big things on many occasions are goals or taking away goals from the opposition.
Again, Musa just full stretch. Again, we're going to continue to run these highlights, and a lot of it you're going to see, yeah, it's a lot of goals from the Crunch, but it's a lot of helping each other out. What you don't want to see, Munch, is what we saw there towards the end of the game. 11 minutes left in the match, and it was a very let's call it for what it is. It's a dirty foul from behind, and whether it's the Mustangs doing it or the Crunch doing it, like every soccer player knows, you come from behind, you're putting yourself at risk for a big time interaction. We're seeing it right now, and now Derizic going back, but that's the response that you don't want to see. Yes, you're frustrated. He gets taken out, goes right through the legs, and then the hand on the face.
He grabbed the hair of the defender that time. But and again,
Hernan Garcia.
In football, that's a chop block. It's a 15-yard penalty, maybe even an ejection for a play like that. Yeah, it was not a good play.
Yeah, and the mayhem again that ensued from that point. No team wants to go through that. Anything like that. I know Derizic. I know that they, I get it. Emotions are going to run high, especially when you have faced this team as long as you have.
For 6 years, you've played this team numerous times yearly. So this is a rivalry.
Yes.
No matter what the record is, this is a rivalry to the extreme.
Yes, and I think a lot of these players know each other, even playing in other leagues before, and so they were able to have cooler heads prevail at the end, and they get the win 10-1. But you brought up kind of like the walls and all of that kind of stuff. I think that what you see out there, the Crunch continue to add players like Landon Kuhn and Tomasz Nagy to this team as rookies this year. A lot of these guys, they're coming from these outdoor, semi-pro, and professional outdoor leagues, and they come to the indoor, and that's very difficult because there's no walls in the outdoor. You see an outdoor game being played by the Crunch every single night in the indoor, and they sprinkle in the wall usage when they need to. They have an absolute understanding and adjustment level to bring that element into their game as well.
Brilliant the way you described it, and that's exactly what this team does. But you know what? The walls are a nuance. You see a guy streaking, you're tied up in a corner. Guess what? Little heel flick off the wall to somebody cutting, but it's the player cutting that knows what they need to do, and that's what makes this Crunch team so special. They play for each other. But you know what else, though? They have an idea. I'm going to take this off the ball because I know that so-and-so is cutting. And watching the goals again by the youngsters today, by Bozak, by Nagy, my golly, those were not for the faint of heart. I'd like to have a speedometer on those to see how fast those left their feet because they were just crackerjacks.
And we just saw the second Suljevic penalty kick, and now here's the play at the end to get the 10th goal. Suljevic crossing perfectly to Piwu, who just opens up that right foot, puts it past the goalkeeper. I know that they made a change there. Aragon, yes. Aragon was in goal at that time as they were trying to add a little bit more pace from the Mustangs out there. So Crunch get the win 10-1. You saw everybody getting involved, all of that, the action there. We have people in the YouTube chat asking some questions. If you do have a question before we kind of close out, we can try to answer some of them. But Van Stump wants to know, did we hear about the attendance? Well, again, crack staff that we have. Gianluca Di Giacomo comes through. He gets the number. It is 2,392 total, and that's just the beginning of it. I have a feeling that number is going to go up each and every single game that we are here at the Wolstein Center. That lower bowl looked pretty full, but there is plenty more to fill up. And, hey, if we got to go to the upper bowl too, there is plenty of room in here.
Send us up there, baby. And you know what else is interesting? There's 23,092 sounded like the building was packed and every seat was taken. Even the top row seats anywhere in this place. The fans were on it in a big, big way, and they were congratulating the Crunch players. They were saluting them. And also a few raspberries for some of the opponents today. But, that's what a home field advantage is. Keep it clean. Keep it classy, okay?
Yes.
But the bottom line is, sure, you're going to yell at the other guys on the other team. Sure, you'll let them know that, hey, you know what? Boy, you missed that shot, John. Whatever. And that's what home field advantage is.
That is absolutely what home field advantage is. But now the Crunch do go out on the road as they will face off against Bridge City there in Pittsburgh coming up next week before they return home for Lansing. And we mentioned that we were going to talk about the league and the expansion. I mean, you got two divisions now. It's not just one big group of teams.
Crunch are in the north.
Crunch are in the north. So along with them, you have added Bridge City and Rockford, Illinois, to a group from last year, like you had Toronto, the Canadian Crusaders. They return. Chicago Mustangs we saw here tonight. Lansing, Red Cedar, they are back this year as well. Fort Wayne, and like we said, Rockford. I love their name. Like, I know we want to win that game when we face off against Rockford, but the Rockford Thunder
has something to it, doesn't it, man?
Has something to it. So those are your 7 teams in the north. As we look to the south, there are 6 teams there, and I know that there's more teams that want to add to this league, but Orlando, we saw Orlando last season in a preseason, basically an exhibition match. Orlando wanted to see what is the competition like in MLIS. They came up, played against the Crunch, saw what it was like, and they got their name in the hat to join in the 2025-26 season, and they are here. Amarillo, the defending champions, they are back.
That's a good team, too. That's a fun team. You know what? Just a team solid in every aspect of the game.
You also got Dallas, Las Vegas, Boulder, Colorado, and Salt Lake City.
Now, remember, if you go to Vegas, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, okay? Probably the same thing on the pitch.
Hey, but if the Crunch go to Vegas and they got to play against Vegas, I want to win staying there and coming back with them in that regard. So there's always exceptions to every rule. So as we look ahead for this team, we were kind of talking about little coaching points that Coach Manfoot can bring up with his group, and I'm sure he did it in the locker room, and they'll do it at training this week heading to Bridge City. But one thing that I saw, at least, Munch, and you can feel free to bring up anything else you saw, but I saw, that being too unselfish, and that is.
If you have a goal, an open goal, you really need to take it, okay? But the Crunch are Mo Pro saying, I'm open, but he's more open to me. I'm going to get him the ball.
And people are probably either watching on WKYC Plus, the YouTube channel, or listening on WLBO Radio saying, oh my gosh, you're criticizing. You're saying a team is too unselfish. How? I never thought that being unselfish was a bad thing. It's not. It's not a bad thing, is what I will say. It is a correctable thing, and if you continue to try to, make that perfect touch, get the perfect setup for a goal, then you get in this habit of trying to do that every time, and now it becomes frustrating.
The extra pass, correct?
The extra pass, the extra touch off your foot. When you start to do that and that habit starts to sink in, then you start to do that more often, and now you're more frustrated because goals are not hitting the back of the net at a pace like the Crunch tend to be used to. So you want to, if you're going to come off that bench, you got to, maybe your opportunities are few and far between, you got to take advantage of all of them when they come.
Well, you talk about the Crunch and their scoring. We talked about the differential at 2-0. They have been putting the ball in the back of the net with a frequency that is not seen in this league. I know that there was an own goal today, but still, the Crunch with 9 goals on their own, that's just unbelievable. You're going to win most games if you're scoring 9, especially when you have the defense the Crunch has, and especially when you have Mario Musa between the posts, or Aaliyah McIntosh, or a Scott Santa. That is a big 3. That is the holy trinity of netminders.
It is the holy trinity.
I just came up with that one. I'll ask Father Joe Callahan and Lady of Lords tomorrow if I can use that.
Well, I know we're past the holiday season, but even Scott Santa can deliver some gifts to the Crunch as well.
Yes, indeed.
You may have saw some social media videos from training early, in December as they were getting their season going, and the one person wearing the Santa hat, the holiday hat, there at training. Had to be Scott Santa. So, again, we sit here. We'll be with you until 10 o'clock here on WKYC Plus. YouTube feed will keep going. MLIS Pro TV YouTube channel. WOBL Radio, if they're still carrying the audio as well. We thank them so much for continuing to be a part of this. But I mentioned WMLIS as well. I mean, there is the women's league side of this, and that's what I love to see about you talk about growth. We talk about growth in MLIS. They've opened the women's league last year, and when I was calling those games last year in the playoffs, I mean, the intensity and the Chicago team, Mustangs team, the Lady Mustangs were absolutely fantastic, and Fort Wayne as well. There is a league to definitely keep an eye on here in MLIS and WMLIS. The great people in this league are doing great things for this sport.
They have a vision. They want to grow it, but they want to grow it properly. You could have added more teams last year. It was like, that was not the time. Let's make sure they're adding teams, too, that have solid ownership, have a solid base, and could move on and be in this league for a long, long time. I've got to go back to the 10 goals again today, because in the first 2 games, the Crunch scored 17 and 18, and you're saying, wow, 10 goals, that's a lot. Well, that is just scratching the surface for this Crunch team. And if you remember, as the game went on, the Crunch was actually pulling the ball back a few times when they had a comfortable league at 9-1.
Yes, and again, I mean, I know we saw like a few fans, like they felt comfortable to, get out ahead of the traffic early. There's been, the Cavs game was downtown, so I'm sure some people stayed downtown to enjoy, and hopefully some of them came over here. But right now, fans stayed the whole time, and I can see through some of the open windows of the seat sections on the other side, fans are still over there, and I see players milling around. They want to get their autograph still. I know it was at the soccer sportsplex. It was so great. Like as soon as the game ended, fans were coming through that net onto the field, and you look at this bigger facility. It's not as easy to access.
You really can't access the field from these seats.
Players are coming to the fans.
Which in a way is a good thing.
Yes.
But the players want to meet the fans. They want to see the fans. I got to tell you, my back is sore from the bro hugs I got today when the players were coming out to practice. They are just so grateful and so thankful. They love this game.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they put their bodies on the line for this game to win, and in order to win, you have to put your body on the line. It shows you that. But they're appreciative of all the support they get from anyone and everyone, and that includes you, the fans. You're number one, numero uno.
Yeah, they're coming up 2 levels to come see the fans. Like, so put that in perspective.
After
because they're down below the arena and everything like that, and they're coming up 2 levels to kind of be there between the 2 levels of sections here in the arena. And I can see Ryan Minnick, Sammy Mutemwa always has a crew around him that wants to get pictures and autographs and stuff
skills,
like that.
Baby.
I'm sure there's plenty of more players out there. I'm using my vision as best I can. I can't, there's plenty of blocking there, but you have to give this organization credit that, that's something that they're still offering. And if you come out to a game and you may have left tonight and you're watching the end or you're rewatching the game, stay after the game because players are still doing the autographs and getting to mingle with the fans. That is something to note, and you get your tickets at theclevelandcrunch.com.
It's a post-game party with 2,392 people, the fans that stick around to meet the players. And if you're a kid, how exciting is it for you to meet a pro indoor soccer player, to meet a basketball player, baseball player, football player? This is so special, and these guys are appreciative. You know what the mantra for this team is? And you saw Minnick, you saw Pee Wee, you saw Admiral, you saw everyone. The fans are the stars for these players.
Yes.
They are the fans of the people in the stands, and it's obvious and you see that.
And I want to make sure, like, we have our camera up here in our broadcast perch right above midfield, and I want to look at you and those that are listening, kind of talk directly to the fans that are still watching, or maybe you're not in town, you used to live here, and you still want to catch the memories and the nostalgia and Crunch Soccer being back. We thank you all for tuning in. If you're Mustangs fans, just soccer fans in general, thank you so much. If you tune in every single time or just one time, whatever it might be, even a casual sports fan, thank you so much. We can't thank you enough. We can't do this without all of you. And
we're big fans of yours. That's all we can say. Yes, indeed.
Yes, and it's so great for the league, and they've added that specific YouTube channel where now everything is streamlined in terms of how teams are live streaming games. And I know that there was always conversations, there was questions from fans on how to watch for this team and that team. Everybody is on the same platform, the same basis with the YouTube channel, and then of course the Crunch. They have Rock Entertainment Sports, WKYC, and WOBL Radio.
You know what? Let me hit the scoring here quickly. Do we have another minute or two?
We got a couple minutes here before we close things out.
Well, we started things off at 12-12 of the first. Ryan Minnick, Flying Minnick from Admir Sulovich, and it was 1-0. Well, we got to score 3 goals per quarter, right?
Yes.
So that at 5:27, Chris Saveco from Aiden Bozak made it 2-0, and then, boy, I love those late scorers, because that's what really, breaks the back of your opponent, puts the fear of the baker in them. 11.6 second, Flying Ryan Minnick's second goal, his first 2 of the season, and we have 3-0 at the end of 1. Now, were you a little nervous when Chicago scored that first tally at 14-13 of the second?
A little nervous, yes, but I expected it.
Okay.
I expected that intensity to come out. I don't know if we have all the time to get through all this. I mean, we got 11 total goals here tonight.
Well, the bottom line is a 10-1 Crunch victory. And impressive goals, no doubt, by Bozak. Just a powder keg. Impressive goal by Nagy, too. The youngsters coming through. Bozak's still a youngster for all intents and purposes.
And he is your man of the match tonight, your childhood cancer warrior of the match. A new award this year goes to Omar Najjar. I want to thank you, Mark Munch Bishop. It is always a pleasure.
My pleasure, sir.
Doing these games
be with you. Gianluca, yes.
We're going to be signing off here as WKYC Plus. We'll be cutting things off.
Wait,
at
we're
10
just
o'clock.
getting warmed up.
I know. You and I, we could both keep talking and talking and talking. But, we also want to thank our LPV Productions crew, production
always.
director on site. That is Peter Tellep. All of our guys on the cameras and helping out Gianluca down there as oh my gosh, my phone is not allowing me to do this, but I have all of their names.
They're magnificent.
I promise you that. Jacob Tellup, Spencer Mills, we just mentioned Peter Tellup, Locke Hoover, and Joey. I don't want to mess up your last name, so I will get your last name after. But all of you, thank you so much. Gianluca, where are you at here?
He's over there. Get over here to the camera,
Come
bro.
on, get over here.
People want to see
Thank
you,
you
brother.
so much.
Get in here, buddy.
That's going to do it from the Wolstein Center in downtown
The Three
Cleveland.
Amigos, baby.
The Three Amigos. For the entire crew here, I'm Kevin Arnold. Thank you so much for tuning in on WKYC Plus, the MLIS Pro TV YouTube channel, and WOBL Radio. Thanks to Great Lakes Honda West and Elyria. We'll see you in 2 weeks for the Crunch versus Lansing right here on the Cleveland Crunch video and audio sports networks.